right. Peace, 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 peace. Let me make sure everything is working good. Yep. All right. Thank you for joining me. This is Moriako on a Saturday evening. Coming to you from the ITFTR Network, live. We thank you for joining me. Make sure as when you come into the building, you press that like and subscribe button. And we'll be ready to ride. One thing I've noticed is that a lot of people defend a lie, knowing that it's a lie. And they are 10 toes down on a lie. Yeah. You know, and that's the bad part about it. They are 10 toes down inside of a lie. And most of these people are known liars. What I mean by liars are they just deliberately lie. They'll lie to your face even though if they see the truth. Or some of them are ignorant. And I believe many are ignorant, but the majority are aware of their ignorance. Because there's just too much truth out here to stay ignorant. Many choose to be ignorant. And a lot of people will stay inside of their dogma to keep you in their dogma. You know, when you're trying to break that ignorance, you have those that will be there to keep you in that ignorance. And before you know it, you still realizing that you are still in the same position as what you was last month or last year. You don't see no growth. And now what you do and what they do, they'll have you blame people. They'll have you blame everything else except them. They'll have you playing the victim card. You know, it's this and it's that, it's them, it's they, it's all of we, but it's never me. And this is the problem that we have when we walk in this life and we bear the truth of what this life entails. You know, and I posted some good questions on Facebook this week and on Twitter, what they call X, and on Rumble. I got some pretty good response. Got some pretty good response. And a lot of people, they have this cognitive dissonance of how they think. And that's why I call some people out. If some of you on my Facebook post page, and we're friends, go on my Facebook page. I just call some of these people out. Ask them to come join me this evening. That's what I did. I asked them to come join me. Come join me on the platform. One brother, KP Barnabas, he just flat out saying, no, I don't debate the truth. It ain't about debating, brothers. Iron sharpen iron. What iron sharpen iron means, you know. See, it's easy to be a keyboard, whatever you call yourself. But many of you would not dare step foot live because now you have to now show your face or let people hear your voice. And now you could be questioned live. Y'all remind me of Kamala Harris. You know, long as I got somebody, long as I can stand behind something, I'm good. But the moment I have to stand on my own and I have to face those tough questions, I'm gonna do word salad. you ain't gonna make no sense. Because truth is gonna expose you to what the truth is when it comes to the Creator. Many people been perpetuating this lie. Not just y'all think it's just about Jesus, but Jesus is the culprit. Because this country got you believing that there's that the separation of church and state. There is no separation. The church is the state, and the state is the church. What you think they set up? What you think they set up their principles under? The church. They set it up under the church. And they get you to believe that your principles, that the principles of the Creator does not or do not supposed to align with the state that you are living in. I ain't talking about no Georgia and all that. Nah, forget all that. Georgia is known as a country. Alabama is a country. North Carolina is a country. Florida is a country. Those are countries. That's why they have governors and what you call it, lieutenant governors and all that. They have their own president. But these people, they set up, you know, people say, well, the church and state, blah, 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 they separate. No, they're not. And so when you hear people pull that thing in front of you, they're not just pulling Jesus in front of you. Because that's the first thing we'll look at. We look at Jesus. No. You better look at the politicians. You better look at your activists. You better look at your education system. These what these people thrive on. So when you pray, your prayers is hindered because you are bound within those fortitudes or forts. Job. And this is what a lot of people have a problem with. This is where a lot of our people stumble. KP Barnabas. Who else? Let me call these brothers out. Or these brothers and sisters. Let me call them out. I'm gonna pull it up. We'll let y'all see it. See, everybody is a thumb militant. And if you want to come on the chat, the link is in the chat. I always put the link in the chat. The link is in the chat. Roll up and get it. See, I don't have to. One brother said you can see right here. One brother said he can't join because he's working. And that's cool. I get it. And I don't want you got to work. You got to work. So I'm gonna show it to you. And this is right here. You can see it. And those who are on my Facebook page, go and look at it. I meant to put you up there. No, not you. Come on back. Right here. And you can see the names. See, when I invite you on, a lot of them run. You know why they run? The brother told me, here's the brother say, he said, you're gonna be talking in vanity. That's what he say. You'll be calling me out on deaf ears, but I don't debate facts. That's what he say. He don't debate facts. Now let's see what the question was that I put out. That he said he don't debate facts. Okay? Let's go to the post. The post was, and I asked the question, if John was born with the Holy Ghost, and I text y'all those who are in, who ride with me, and I text y'all the same question. If John was born with the Holy Ghost, that's Luke 1:15. If John was born with the Holy Ghost, why was he not casting demons out like Jesus was doing? That was my question. Because it says the Holy Ghost leaped into Elizabeth's belly. And therefore, if the Holy Ghost leaped in Elizabeth's belly, And when she birthed John, the Holy Ghost was there with John. And some people say, oh, well, see, that wasn't his role. See, he was here to only baptize Jesus. You can't find that in John where he's supposed to baptize Jesus. You cannot find that in John, the 1st chapter. They say, oh, well, no. It means he was here to bear witness of Jesus. Well, what bear witness mean? Baptizing? Witness means if I witness something. Witness, that's 2 points. But let's get the definition of witness. I'm just gonna get the English. I ain't going into no Phoenician Greek. I ain't got time for all that. So let's look up witness. I'm gonna get my phone. The definition for the word witness.
According to Merriam-Webster, one that gives evidence, specifically, one who testifies in a cause or before a judicial tribunal.
So, a witness, you heard that again. You heard that for yourself. Let me repeat it. One who gives evidence. Evidence. Show me where that entails baptizing. So if he's a witness, he's supposed to tell people of something that is true. That's what witness means. The forerunner. What is it? He forerunning for Jesus. He's supposed to be the forerunner for Jesus to do what? Witness of him, right? He's supposed to tell people of him. See, this is the reason why these people can't come on, because see, they will have to answer questions like this. And they're not ready for this. They're not ready for these kind of questions. Forerunner means to prepare the way. That's what they say. He's here to prepare the way. Prepare the way to do what? To do what? To bring forth Jesus? That's what we're going to get into tonight. We're going to get into that. But I'm going to show you a video. And I'm going to show you what some of these bootlicks and these people who is put in place are here to do to you. They are here I'm about to show you what they are here to do. And that's to create confusion amongst you. You don't have to believe it. I'm going to show it to you. They are here to confuse you. They are here to knock you down. They are here. And then after this video, we're going to get into John. And we're going to get back into Jesus. Because why was John not able to cast out demons like Jesus? Why was nobody in the Old Testament, what we call Torah or the Tanakh, cast out demons? Why was the New Testament only showing you people casting demons out? Why is that a new phenomenon? Casting demons out. And so now they're telling you, you got a demon in you when you go to church. Well, where that demon come from? Did you ever ask that question? Where the hell a demon come from? How the hell did the demon get inside of me? Did anybody ask that question? Before you talk about laying your hands on me? Greasing me up with olive oil? Have anybody asked that question? They say, oh, sickness is a demon. Is it? But why none of the apostles were able to cast those demons out of people? Why? Only the people in the New Testament was able to cast demons out. See? And then the one brother say, well, you don't know what people were doing. The Bible don't get into everything. Well, why did not the Bible show that? Because Malachi 3:6 says the Creator don't change. So if he gave the Holy Spirit in the New Testament for people to cast the demons out, why he didn't do it in the Old Testament? Because the Old Testament is the foundation of what we learn from. Oh, we're going to get into it tonight. Because it's time to stop being stupid. It's time to stop being gullible. It's time to stop being ignorant. And it's time to stop being a follower of nonsense. And it's time to rise up and begin to come back the way the Creator told us to come back. So let me show you this video of a woman. I'm showing you how these older females who's put in position don't have respect for the younger females. They supposed to be guiding the younger women to be shamefaced, to keep their legs closed, to learn how. They doing it again. To learn how to be a woman, then a wife, and then a mother. Not to be a female, then a mother, and then try to be a wife. No. Let me show you what these oldest women do. Fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act, 1976. Not my material. This is for teaching purposes, educational purposes, for upbuilding of the kingdom. So family, let's get into it. No, not this one. Hold on. Here we go. Let's get into it, family. Fair use, and also under the Freedom of Speech Act. Make sure y'all subscribe to this sister's page, Pink Book Lessons. She be showing some dynamite. She get into some dynamite content. And she be getting into some hammer content. Make sure y'all subscribe to this sister's page. Let's ride.
4 years. What are we going to? What is Harris promising black people in 4 years?
That was a valid question. I understand what you're doing. Don't ever do that with me, though. Don't ever do that with me. You'll get your friend embarrassed. Play with your little friends. I would never be embarrassed.
Out of order, especially for a woman that's a half-century old, older than anybody else on stage. What the job of maintaining a level of decorum on the piano? She did nothing but the opposite. That was to embarrass and shame anybody she didn't agree with.
As a former foster child, had I aged out, I would have only left.
Now, that sister right there, if y'all don't know her, this is the sister that was on the stage with Trump, Michaela. And she really hit home runs on a speech against Kamala Harris. So, Roland Martin tried to come after this sister. And many others try to come, and now they got her on this panel. And I want y'all to watch. This sister is in her, I think, her mid-20s. And the sister that's the moderator is, I think, in her late 40s or 50s. Late 40s or early 50s. And I want y'all to see how an ego acts. How a female ego acts when she don't have no discipline. I'm gonna show y'all. This sister right here makes 6 figures, created her own businesses. Very intelligent. And the sister should be upholding a sister like her. From where she come from. She's going to explain where she come from. But let's see if she got some decorum to give some advice to this sister. Let's ride.
Than anybody else on stage. What the job of maintaining a level of decorum on the piano? She did nothing but the opposite. That was to embarrass and shame anybody she didn't agree with.
As a former foster child, had I aged out, I would have only left the orphanage with a garbage bag full of clothes, and they would have given me a $700 check a month and told me good luck. So I think that it's disgusting. I spit in the face to kids like me who didn't ask to be born into the situation that we were born into. That we would never be able to qualify for the resources that are literally being given to somebody else.
Okay, sure. Kayla, I would like to ask you a question.
Okay, hold on, guys.
Foster care in which state?
California. The same California that is giving $150,000
Can I ask you this?
illegal migrants, but if
You see how she cutting her off without allowing her to finish her point? See how she's cutting her off? I want you to see how undisciplined women look. The sister's trying to tell her her plight of where she came from and how she got to where she's at. But the older sister is not allowing her to finish her point. Let's keep going. It's gonna get worse than this.
just aged out of foster care.
Hold on, wait a minute. There's no point talking about that destitute situation.
You see how she just cut her off? There's no reason to talk about her plight as a young lady who came from being adopted. Foster care system. If anybody know anybody who been in the foster care system and who came from the foster care system should understand your plight means something to you because you overcame the odds. And this older sister just cut this sister off. But let's keep riding. It's gonna get worse.
Because right now, people are less resources. Let's have people who need those resources. So we're talking about the fact that we're not prioritizing.
No, but that's what we're not prioritizing. You heard me say at the beginning of what I said, I believe it should go to American citizens first. I said that, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm pointing out the fact that when we're talking about immigration, we understand that we don't want to not give out these resources.
That's all I want to
My point is, Democrats are only supposed to let resources go to a certain group, and black people need to pay attention to the fact that y'all won't get resources.
So her point is that the Democrats are not prioritizing the American citizens by giving monies that should be going to the American taxpayer to the illegals. Not both parties does it, but you see now the Democrats are doing it even worse, and they throwing these people in the Negro community even more. But see, guess what? I don't blame the Democrats. I blame the Negroes that voted the Democrats in. And I'm gonna tell you why. Remember when Joe Biden was on that presidential stage and they asked Joe Biden straight up, do you believe in reparations? And he pivoted from reparations and turned it on, saying that the illegals are the most hardworking. The illegals are the most hardworking people in this country, and we need to bring them out of the shadows. We need to bring them out of the shadows and allow them to have citizenship. And then when he became the president-elect, he told those black so-called fake leaders, Al Sharpton, the NAACP, the Urban League, and etc., that y'all need to start getting used to working with the Latinos and the Hispanics because they're going to be the largest minority group here. Irregardless if you're indigenous or not. They don't care about that. They just want you to submit to a new master. Now they're bringing them here. And they're throwing them in your community, giving them your taxpayer money, giving them your jobs. Some of them in Chicago are now getting houses. And you still got Negroes on the street, veterans on the streets. And look at the Negro in Chicago. They're complaining. They're complaining, but let's see if they put their complaints into action. In New York, you don't hear them complaining. The Negroes just going along with it. Because you know what? Because New York is now mainly foreigners. Chicago, now you see the grassroots in Chicago complaining. Because they wanted that reparation bill passed. But guess what happened? They stomped and they cut up and they defecate and they urinate all over the bill. Now they mad, but let's see if California bite back. Let's see. But this sister made a point. They're giving your money out. They're giving everything about you out. So you don't have nothing. And then they saying that Social Security is about to blow up and all this. They got to raise your taxes and all this. To go where? To go to whom? But let's keep going.
Right. We said that it's not that right.
It is right.
No, it's not.
It is right.
I want to know.
Black people want those resources, and therefore you should not go for a Democrat who allow foster children, parents who lost limbs, fighting for the country, veterans like you, and this guy here, right? Not get those resources.
Relax.
So if Democrats are giving them out,
Relax.
then why are the Democrats giving them to black people? Why are they giving them to black people? No.
There's no problem with it.
See, this clown tried to disrespect and clown the other woman the whole time while creating this love and hip hop circus with her nasty, condescending attitude. I'm talking about an agent of chaos. She would get everybody hyped up and then say, relax, relax, relax. She'll deflect by telling them to relax over and over again, then pointing at them like something is wrong with them. But the guy, she's like, it's something on your mouth. She used that to make him be quiet.
Okay, but
that don't mean that I don't know it's wrong.
Right.
See, one of the issues we have in our community.
Relax, soldier, relax. Remember, I'm there for how long? No, tone it down. Relax. Come on, your phone is a matter. Relax, relax. Relax.
Then with the woman, she's like, is something wrong with her?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Democrats. Why was you giving them to black people? Wrong with them? No, there's something wrong with them.
Like, ma'am, everybody can see what you're doing. You don't have this position right now because you're intelligent. There's something feminine about this woman. There's an energy about a feminine woman that can still get the job done and communicate to everybody more effectively to actually have a decent conversation. This whole conversation is pointless because it's only filled with shame, insult, and guilt tactics, along with this hound dog energy.
Yeah, I was trying to switch it to make it seem like that's wrong with it, but all I'm trying to do is point out the fact that black people are not being prioritized in the administration. You asked about what Republicans are doing for us. The Democrats do our job.
You see how they arguing over parties? Parties. And no party prioritizing you. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Let's go. We're not going to watch the whole video. I'm going to skip to the end in a few. Let's go.
Go ahead. I didn't ask you any of that, girl. Relax.
I had put it in there because I saw where you were trying to fit
No,
it.
I want to ask you a simple question. You want to do the Chick-fil-A what?
No, yeah,
Okay, yeah. I thought so.
What does that mean? Does that
No, what is the sort? No, I just want to know.
like I no, you're saying that's what's wrong with it?
Let's finish. You're relaxed.
You trying to push your Chick-fil-A.
Embarrassing, chaotic, and as long as they have that hyena they call the host of the show on there, they should never be taken seriously. Yeah, I can blame her, but that's not enough. I gotta place the responsibility at the feet of whoever's running Revolt now. It's not Diddy, so who knows who it is. It was definitely the most serious, unserious program that night because they allowed this woman to come in there and orchestrate so much chaos and turn everything into this big joke. This lady is a liability. She had her audience members about to fight each other physically.
So I want y'all to remember, she just heard you just heard what she said, that they were about to fight physically. So let's skip to that. I want to skip to that. Now, before I get to that point about the fight, I want y'all to see this brother, well, I'm getting ready to show, who was in the audience. He come up. Watch what he say about Michaela, and watch the sister right there. You can see, I froze her right there for a reason. You can see her. Watch how her ego rise up because she want to be the big dog. Let's go.
Like the passive aggressive this. Hey, but what's this the sign of the check?
Question, big dog.
I am the sister. She wouldn't be here. So let's make sure we're using the right context.
And this is why the black
Yes,
people
minute.
say this, and this is, I know you said one thing, you said, hey, you know, you sit next to a big dog, but of that whole stage right there, if Trump wins, only one of y'all going to the White House, and that's Michaela right there. So we got to be honest on what else we got to know. We have to know. What I'm saying is, out of the whole crowd, only one person. Hold on, let me just.
Now, I have to say the moderator was already on 100 before. She was cutting everybody off, asking questions, not letting anybody else answer after she posed the question to them, ultimately attempted to battle and argue her way to answer her own questions. She was doing that from the beginning of the show, but when he made that comment, she spiraled out of control and started comparing herself to the woman that's half her age on stage.
And this is why black people, and when it comes down to a divide, when it comes down to a divide in our community, this is why, because we're talking about everybody being so politically correct instead of in 4 years, what are we going to get? You mentioned chaos. Black people have been in chaos way before this debate ever started. We're in chaos in homeless shelters. We're in chaos when it comes to the Department of Labor. We're in chaos with the fact that Jock has to bring out laptops for the kids because there's not enough resources in our community. And so when we have a system with a different opinion than ours, it's about giving that respect. And the fact that...
Hold on, wait a minute. Wait, no, you're not. No, I'm going to stop you because you're going on and on. This sister here is the one that invited this sister. So if I did not respect this sister, she wouldn't be sitting there. You go put some respect on that. We're not going to sit up here. No, you can get frustrated and look down and all that. Relax. But we got to make sure we're very clear. This platform was designed to bring this sister here. So if there was no respect for the sister, she wouldn't be here. So let's
see what she said. This platform was designed to bring her here. When somebody designs something for you, it's either to benefit you or it's either there to tear you down. Point blank. Let's hear that again, because we're going to ride tonight. Let's go.
Platform was designed to bring this sister here. So if there was no respect for the sister, she wouldn't be here. So let's make sure we're using the right context, brother. I don't mind you making the point about one sister going. This is the only sister on the stage that want to go. So let's also make that clear, because I don't work in no White House. So I want to be clear about that. Everybody ain't trying to get a job in the White House. You can continue, but let's not act like she's not respected, because she is. We just have a difference of opinion.
People are yelling about who's the big dog.
I am a big dog.
And what I'm saying is,
I'm a big dog.
Out of this whole stage, only one person was standing on the stage with the presidential
and only one person on this stage flipped mission. And only one person on this stage organized over 2,000 people every year. Only one person was a racial justice director, Bernie Sanders. Only one. Because remember, you don't want to do resumes.
You see how she's comparing? You see what she's doing? What is all that about? I keep telling y'all, these older sisters are ridiculous. Look at her face. Just look at her face. I froze her right there for a reason. Look at her face. Do that look feminine to you, men? Do that look feminine? Look at her face.
The sister already said she don't have no resume. So we might want to back her. You said you don't have like a resume. Hey, but one sister singing for policy advisor for being broke. Let's go on to the next. Hey, but one sister signed the front of the check. People. Oh, man, I know you don't want to start doing the only sister. I know you don't want to start doing the only sister receipts. So, hey, but one sister served in the United States Air Force. Let's go on to the next. I don't like the pass of the president because I run these receipts down. So let's go on, because everyone sister served this country on this here panel.
4 years from now, black people have to decide what they're going to get at the end of the year. At the end of the and we're dealing with this, and we're dealing with the disrespect right here. 4 years. What are black people going to get?
Because you heard us say she don't have the resume that I got. So I'm on to the next thing. I'm not going to have your president. They got run these receipts down. I'll run these receipts down on you. Okay, that's fine. Talking to a whole veteran. So ain't nobody in prison. Stop working in the White House. I'm going to turn it down. Ain't but one. Sister on here, they on Fox News. Ain't but one. They do 100 hits on Fox News. They don't call this sister. They call me. They call me. How many do you do a year? How many do 100 every year? And I said, well, do 100 per year. I do 100 per year. I'm a big dog.
By the end
So
of the
I
year,
love my sister.
maybe
I love my sister, but you're not gonna.
but you can't deny
The real thing's gonna be,
No.
we need to really talk about black people in
Let's move on.
4 years. What are we going to get in 4 years? Let's not talk about the criminal. Let's not talk about the charges. 4 years. What are we going to? What is terrorists promising black people in 4 years?
That was a valid question.
That was the next person. That was the next person.
I understand.
Yeah, don't ever do that with me, though. Don't ever do that with me. You'll get your friend embarrassed. Bring me two other friends.
I would never be.
Cannabis is not just legal in 30.
You see, this is the problem. We have older people. Instead of these older people, these older women teaching the younger women to not fall into their steps, they trying to compete with these younger girls, younger females, younger sisters, younger women. You see? They trying to compete, family. And what the older sisters are there to compete for? Their time is gone. They're supposed to reach back and help the younger females not be like them. But this is what you get. This is what you get. Let's ride.
It's the most idiotic crash out response ever. It was actually a comment that didn't even need a response. But her ego and low self-esteem couldn't handle another woman being perceived as being in a better position than her. Super unnecessary. She was so jealous, she escalated the whole situation to outright disrespect towards the other woman. See, young ladies, I've been saying this for a long time now, and I know some people didn't want to accept it. Really, the older ones still running interference. You can't get the advice you need from them. You can't get the support you need from them because they really have an agenda to sabotage you. They put bad ideas in your head and steer you into destruction, loneliness, misery, and struggle. Why? Because misery needs company. They won't tell you that they messed up in life, so don't be like them. No, they do the opposite. They tell you to do exactly what they did, so you end up in the same spot. For years, I've been telling you that they've been recruiting all the younger women to be like them. And if you don't join the Black feminism sorority of lifelong degeneracy and failure, then they will bully you and make you feel like an outsider. Well, I'm here to tell you, don't feel bad about being an outsider, because the levels of the devil that's inside with them, that's some heat you don't want to feel. You don't see any femininity. That's a very bad look. No amount of makeup and weave can hide that unpleasant energy. It's a repellent not only to men, but women too. And women, you have to stay away from it because it'll rub off on you. If you're a day one supporter, you already know my favorite law. Avoid the unhappy, avoid the unlucky. This is why. This is not feminine or inspirational. Nothing pretty about it at all. Very ugly behavior. And it doesn't matter if you agree with the guest. As a moderator of a debate, your job isn't to argue with the participants. You're supposed to be there to maintain decorum in the conversation, not cause chaos and stir everybody up. I have to show you this. The Jezebel energy was so strong, it permeated through the whole building. The audience members even started arguing with each other.
Yeah. I just want to speak to the people in the Christian community as a Christian. I'm actually very disappointed in some of their point of views, including the rights of people. I've heard a couple of conversations, people saying that a man can't tell me what I need to do with my body. But as a Christian, I just feel like, how can you agree with something or someone who says, when the Lord had already said, do not murder? So how can you agree with somebody who said, yeah, let's go ahead and abort, even when they have came out the rule? You know what I'm saying? And then the lady back there who said, Carol, was that your name? Who said, how can we agree with someone who said, grab people by the butt? Well, as a Christian, I'm agreeing with Trump, and I don't know if I identify with necessarily either party, but this year I am team Trump because of his policies. Most of the ones, when I go line by line, they agree with Jesus' principles that's laid out in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad at someone who half of his principles is aligned with the Bible. I can't disagree with someone who is against the LGBTQIA+, plus agendas with men, including men, playing in women's sports. I cannot agree with someone who's going to go ahead and take away our gun reform when in the Bible, Jesus is actually for us protecting ourselves. Somewhere in Luke, he definitely said, here's 2 swords.
Okay, so let's let the, because she was talking to her in the pink, so she wanted to comment. Come on, sis. We're running out of time. Okay. The first thing God called.
Now I want y'all to, before I let her ride, I want y'all to pay attention to what she said. And she said a lot of stuff that Trump said on the Republican side goes according to scripture. Excuse me, in fact, that's true. That is true. Now, this is not a political platform here, but that is true. You know, the one thing the Bible says, after all you do, be businessmen. So you're supposed to learn how to be a businessman. That means you're supposed to be an entrepreneur. You're supposed to learn how to work for yourself. But hear this sister. Watch this sister here. And I want y'all to pay attention closely to how she flipped the Bible. Watch her. Listen closely. That's right.
All us to do is love. And I think a lot of our speech, yes, 100% has been inflammatory, but he's called us to love and not judge. Second thing God gave us is free will. It's not up to us to decide the cost of somebody's sins and how we're going to act out this person's punishment. So when you sit there and say that Trump's policies align with Jesus Christ, do you hear his speech? Do you hear his speech though? But God says in the Bible, judge a man by his fruit. His fruit.
Now you said she just double talked. She said God didn't call us to judge. But now she's telling you to look at Trump's fruits, but don't look at nobody else's fruits. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. Let me ride back a little bit and let's ride.
Along with Jesus Christ, do you hear his speech? Do you hear his speech though? But God says in the Bible, judge a man by his fruits. His fruits. Hold on. Please don't talk over me. His fruits are inflammatory. His fruits are rotten. So please don't disrespect my Jesus Christ like that. Okay, my family was very, and let me also go back to this a little bit more. My family was very instrumental. And let me also say, my family was very instrumental. Is this mic on? Can people hear me? Okay. Yep. And I'm also saying this as a person whose family was instrumental in founding the AME Church. I don't know where your relationship with God went wrong, and I'll retract that because I can't judge where you're. But I think you need to go back to the Bible a little bit more and have some one-on-one time with Him to really think about whether the person that you're calling to represent this country actually represents Jesus.
That's a spell.
Or whether He's actually forwarding Jesus' word.
You said that I'm disrespecting Jesus Christ. Well, what's disrespectful when He is the one who creates life? I think anybody who's a Christian can say He is the end all be all. He is that Alpha and Omega. He is the only one responsible for life. So, what is disrespectful to the Lord Jesus Christ is Him giving you a baby and giving you a wife and you dropping it at His feet, and I don't want it because you don't want to control who you having sex with. If you do not want to have a baby with somebody that you don't want to baby with, you don't need to be having sex with that person. Maybe you need to close your legs. Maybe that's what you need to do because you just don't want to be responsible with your body count. You want to use I don't want a man tell me what to do with my body as an outlet and as an excuse, but that is not. You're telling me I'm disrespectful and I need to rebuke. Maybe you need to rebuke.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up, family.
I mean,
Watch this. And now the brother who says funny goes to start saying something. Watch this. Hold on. The brother who's funny gonna start getting into it too. Now watch. Let's ride. Cause see, when the truth speaks, it permeates everyone that's out of line with it. So here we go. Pop goes the weasel.
Conversation.
How is it irrelevant?
And it's irrelevant because there's such thing called separation between church and state. Your religious beliefs. You would just let me finish. Your religious beliefs do not supersede my right as an American to not subscribe to that if I so choose. The government does not allow. The government is not inside my bedroom. The government shouldn't be inside your bedroom.
And side note, ever since she said something about LGBT E.T., the woman in the audience, this one right here started looking more and more like Billy Porter. I already told you. Most of the black men, like the Roland Martins, the Bacardi sellouts, the ones trying to stop us from running away from the Democrat plantation, they're either flaming hot like Billy Porter or low-key Andrew Gillum. It's a lot of questionable sassiness. And if it's not that, the beta male tendencies are screaming out loud.
You should probably just take your religious beliefs and have them inside of your house of faith.
I can't.
So we're done. We're moving
I
on.
just want to make
No,
no.
I can't, because they're literally having me. We gotta move on.
So what do you say about that, family? These people, they don't have decorum. They don't have decorum. Peace to Sephora Smith, Trey and Zayden. Peace to Joanne Smith, Latoya G, Shamara Boatman, and Emery. Shalom, shalom to each one of you. But this is what people do. People have the older people, especially the females, don't like to go backwards to teach the younger females. And when you see this happens, this is why you see things go wrong. So family, let's go a little further. Let's go a little further. Let's go a little further. Let's get into some scriptures. Because on last week we talked about Jesus in the wilderness. And when Jesus was coming from out of the wilderness, now all it's going to tie in, like I always do. It ties in with each other. Videos that I show and things that we talk about in the scriptures. It ties in. See, because the sister at the end, she put the nail in the coffin. If there are things that does not line up with the scriptures, why are you supporting it? Why are you supporting it? You support it because you agree with it. You agree with it. People don't support things they don't agree with. They don't. So when Jesus was in the wilderness, there was 4 things that took place. They was called, he met the devil. That's one who opposes the cause of God. He met the tempter. The tempter is one who tests to try or test one's faith, virtue, character by what? Eliciting sin. He met Satan. This is all in Matthew, the 4th chapter. You can read it for yourself. He met Satan. And Satan simply means the adversary. Now, you would think literally he was talking to somebody else, but really he was mainly talking to himself. Because all that is within inside of him. That's why nobody never seen the so-called spirit come down. Nobody never heard the voice spoke, and nobody never seen the light or whatever. Nobody else seen it. Nobody saw it. But then he's going through all these tests, supposedly. And as he goes through these tests, what took place? Notice in Luke 4:1, he entered the wilderness with power. When he came out, according to Luke 4:14, he came out with power. So he had power all throughout the wilderness. So what was the test about? If this guy already had power, going in and coming out, what was the test about? See, he had to get hold to his flesh. But hold on. Shalom, shalom, brother Shiva. Caesar, brother Shiva. I'm tongue twisting. Shalom, brother Shiva. Shalom, shalom. So what was the test about for him going in the wilderness if he went in with full power and he came out with full power? What was that test about? We're going to get into it. And then after he's supposed to have conquered the devil, the tempter, and Satan, he conquered all three of them. Angels came and ministered unto him for what? He was already full. There was no room for nothing else. So what was the angels ministering to him for? We're going to get into that too. Jesus had the spirit that was unlimited, meaning it had no measures to it. It was just all over the place. That's John 3:34. So let's read these scriptures. Luke 4:1. Let's go on Luke 4:1. And let's see. I'm gonna show you he had the spirit with unlimited measures. I mean, he had the spirit full going into the wilderness. It wasn't that he was going in there to get power. He was literally going in there. He already had the spirit full of power. So let's see what it says.
Luke 4:1. And Jesus, being full of the Holy Ghost, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness.
So he was full of the Holy Ghost. He was full. Jesus, being full of the Holy Ghost, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness. He was full of the Holy Ghost. Full. Okay? Jump down to verse 14, what it says. This man, he was full of the Holy Ghost, meaning he had no more room left for anything.
And Jesus returned in the power of the Spirit into Galilee, and there went out a fame of him through all the region round about.
So he returned in the power of the Spirit. He's full now. Now that spirit is activated. It's activated, family. He got it all. He got it all, family. He got it all. John 3:34. He got it all, family. This person right here don't need nothing else.
For he whom God hath sent speaketh the words of God, but God giveth not the Spirit by the measure unto him.
See, God didn't give him the spirit of measures unto him, meaning his spirit don't have measures on it. This man got power beyond power beyond power. Now I want y'all to pay attention to that. He don't have no spirit that is measured. It's without measure. Now I want y'all to know how powerful that is. This entity has no measure to his power. Okay? So let's go to Hebrews, the 10th chapter, verse 5 through 7. He do not have a spirit that is limited. His spirit is without limits. Hebrews 10, what it says, 5 through 7.
Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he saith, Sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body hath thou prepared me. In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin, though thou hast had no pleasure, Salakia, thou hast had no pleasure. Then said I, Lo, I come to do thy will, O God.
You skip the parentheses.
Oh, sorry. Then said I, Lo, I come. In the volume of the book, it is written of me, to do thy will, O God.
So look at what Jesus said, or what Paul wrote, or whoever wrote this in Hebrews. Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he said, Sacrifice and offerings thou would not, but a body hast thou prepared for me. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to that. When he come into the world, sacrifice and offering thou would not. Thou would not what? What? Thou would not what? Notice he stopped there. Meaning he's not going to do sacrifices and offerings. But God has prepared a what? A body. What body was prepared for Jesus Christ? What was that body like? Because if you say he come from Joseph, he have to have the same body as Joseph. Name a man that came in this world that had a different body from his father and mother. See, this is what these people would get you to believe. That this dude body was different. If he was real or if whatever. They'll try to tell you, oh, he had a different body. What kind of body this man had that was different from Joseph? If Joseph was his father. Or from Mary, if Mary was his mother. What body would be different? What would his body look like? What would his body look like, family? It'd be different. That's what they just say. Prepare me a body. What kind of body? Well, family, we're gonna talk about that body tonight. I'm gonna show you the body. Because like I told you, church and state is the same. They one and the same. Then he says what? Then say I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Well, hold on, family. If the Bible was written about Jesus Christ, get Exodus 4 and 22 and 23. If the Bible, he said the volume. That's the key word, volume. What do volume means? Volume means a book forming part of a work or a series. See? A book forming part of a work or a series. So you saying the volume of the book. And the first thing you'll get these Christians or whoever believe in this dude will say, well, the whole Bible was talking about him. Okay. Exodus 4 and 22 and 23, what it says.
It says, and I say unto thee.
I can't hear you.
And I say unto thee, let my son go, that he may serve me. And if thou refuse to let him go, behold, I will slay thy son, even thy firstborn.
Was that talking about Jesus in Egypt? And the Creator had to come and tell the king of Egypt to let him go so he can come and serve him? Was that Jesus? No. That's 22, right? What 23 says?
That was
22 and 23.
Oh, I had read 23.
What 22 says?
It says, "And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, Thus saith the Lord, Israel is my son, even my firstborn."
So Israel is my son, even my firstborn. So Jesus in Hebrews, it wrote that everything was written in the volume of him. So was this talking about him? Israel being in Egypt? Because if this was talking about Jesus in Exodus 4 and 22 and 23, my question is, why did not the Creator mention to Moses Jesus? Why he didn't do that? Oh, Moses did mention Jesus. Deuteronomy 18:18. Grab that for me, please. Deuteronomy 18:18. Because he was talking about Moses prophesied of him. Nah, see, that was Joshua. No, see, that was Jesus. Jesus was Deuteronomy 18:18. What it says?
"I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him."
Who Jesus was? He said he gonna be raised up among his brethren. Can you tell me who Jesus was raised up among?
I thought he was raised in a synagogue.
No, he wasn't raised in a synagogue. Who was Jesus raised among? Who Jesus was raised among? Who Jesus was raised among? Egypt? No, he wasn't raised among Egypt. Good guess, Brother Chiver. But he wasn't raised among Egypt. Go to Matthew, the 2nd chapter, verse 19 and 20, 21. We went over this at the beginning of this series. See, this is how you kill the lie. And that's why I say the lie stops here on this channel. You can lie outside the channel, but don't lie on the channel. Well, what you got?
Matthew 2 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
"But when Herod was dead, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt, saying, Arise and take the young child and his mother, and go into the land of Israel, for they are dead which sought the young child's life."
So let's start right there. He said, take Jesus, leave from Egypt and go back among Israel. And that's what it says. And go to Israel, right?
Yes.
And when he went to Israel, what happened? Keep going.
"And he arose and took the young child and his mother, and came into the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus did reign in Judea in the room of his father Herod."
So that was Herod's son who was reigning in place of his father, Herod the Great. Okay? His son is ruling. Go ahead.
"He was afraid to go thither."
He was afraid to go into Israel. Joseph was afraid. So what happened?
"Notwithstanding, being warned of God in a dream, he turned aside into the parts of Galilee."
He went into Galilee, family. He went into parts of Galilee. He didn't listen to the angel, but he went into Galilee. So, family, who was in Galilee? Can anybody tell me who was in Galilee at that time? Who was in Galilee?
Was it John the Baptist?
No, John the Baptist wasn't in Galilee.
How do you sleep at night?
Oh, this thing right here killing me.
I sleep.
It's the best sale of the year. Get a Sealy King bed for a queen price. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night.
Do it like this right here. Okay, I'm good. Let's go to 2 Kings 17:24. Let's see who's in Galilee at this time. 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, verse 24. This is the first one. Because Jesus went up among, he's supposed to be, according to you who believe in Jesus, you use Deuteronomy 18:18. He's supposed to be raised among his brethren. Hey, peace, brother James, J-Mos Woodley. It's cool, brother. It's cool. Good for having you on the channel. Thank you. Hey, good seeing you again, brother. All praise. I hope everything good in your house. He's supposed to be raised among his brethren, according to y'all try to use prophecy of Deuteronomy 18:18. He's supposed to be raised among his brethren. But when Joseph came back, he went into parts of Galilee. So let's see something here. 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, verse 24. Let's see something right here.
And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Cutha and from Ava and from Hamath and from Saphram and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof.
So they possessed Samaria and the city thereof, meaning other nations from around about. The Assyrian government brought in other people and saturated them into Samaria. Samaria also include Nazareth, Galilee, and etc. Those are the 10 tribes land. Now let's flip back. Let's flip back to 1 Kings, the 9th chapter, verse 11. 1 Kings, the 9th chapter, verse 11. Because remember, Joseph went among these people, and this is who Jesus was raised among. Was these Jesus' brethren? If he was supposed to be an Israelite, what you got?
Now Hiram, the king of Tyre, had furnished Solomon with cedar trees and fir trees, and with gold, according to all his desire.
Now, this guy Hiram brought in a bunch of stuff to Solomon. I mean, he brought it in. He gave him gold and wood and all this stuff that was valuable to Solomon. I want y'all to pay attention to that. He gave Solomon some stuff, some real valuable stuff. What you got?
That then King Solomon gave Hiram 20 cities in the land of Galilee.
He gave him 20 cities in the land of Galilee. And who is Tyre? Somebody look up and tell me, who is Tyre? Who is Tyre? Who is Tyre? Who is Tyre, family? The sister Latoya said mixed people, Canaan and all. Is Tyre Canaan? Is Tyre part of the Canaanites? Is Tyre a part of the Canaanites?
Philistine?
And who is the Philistines? Go to Genesis, the 10th chapter, and look up Canaan. Look up Ham. Is the Philistines a part of the Canaanites? Now, this is how we do Bible study. It's the Philistines. Go to Genesis, the 10th chapter, and go down to Ham's lineage, and it's the Philistines there. Tyre, is it there? Because once when you see it, nobody can take it from you.
It says, and the sons of Ham, Cush and Mizraim and Put and Canaan.
Okay. Where's the Philistines? Brother Shava say Tyre is listed among an alliance of 10 nations that would conspire against the Creator's people. That's right. Sister Latoya say Babylon. Who Babylon belongs to? Is Tyre Babylon? Okay, she told me to disregard the comment. All praises, all praises. Who do the Philistines belong to? Who is the Cosby family? Who is that? Tyre. Who is Tyre? Because he was the king of Tyre. Who the king of Tyre belongs to?
So the king of Hiram
Uh-huh.
of Tyre, it said it supplied materials for King David's palace in Jerusalem.
Uh-huh.
So if they were supplying supplies and they worked to help construct the temple in Jerusalem, it says Saddam.
Okay, but who is Tyre? Who is their bloodline? Who is the Philistines? Who is the Phoenicians? If we could put it that way, bring it up to a up-to-date term. Phoenicians, Philistines, the same people. Tyre, same people. Who is the inhabitants of Tyre?
Lebanon.
Okay, Lebanon. Okay, that's who they are today, the Lebanese. But who are the Philistines or the Phoenicians?
It has something to do with Alexander the Great.
Nobody don't know?
Talk about it.
Nobody don't know who Tyre is? Not the singer. Canaan? How did you get Canaan? I'm gonna give y'all like another minute. Jamos Woolley say Canaan, and Shiva say Lebanon. Sister Latoya put up, and Mizraim begat Ladum, Arcanium, and Lahakim, and Pathasium, and yep, and that's that's okay. That's Genesis. Because I was just looking at that one. I was looking at that one. Genesis. Who is Felicium? Who is Felicium? Tyree. Very good. That's Genesis. Those who didn't get it, go to Genesis in Ham's lineage, and that is verse wait, I was just looking at the thing. Oh, it took me back to Hebrews. Put the verse up there, sis. Okay, Genesis 10. I know it's 10, but what the verse is, it's I was just looking at this computer just acting up. I just had my point on it. Okay, here we go. That is verse okay, here we go. That is verse the sons of Ham is yeah, that's verse 14. Verse 14. That's the Philistines, Felicium. They are Ham's lineage. So he's still given as Ham's lineage. So, and Tyree can also be Canaanites as well. So you're right, brother Jamos. Those are you could and also you're right too, brother Shiva. And Sister Joanne, y'all are right. Those could be Canaanites as well, but they are also those Philistines. So Canaan, Solomon gave 20 cities to this brother. So who Jesus was raised among? Was he Canaanites and Philistines? So was he raised among his brethren? If he was an Israelite? No. He wasn't even raised among his own people, family. So how do you get that prophecy? That kills that prophecy that he was raised among his own brethren. No, Joseph took him among the Canaanites and among Ham's lineage. So when people be coming up here and when people talk about, oh, well, this and that. No. You got to fit the prophecy into what the scriptures are saying. The brother wasn't raised among his own people. So let's keep going. Jesus had a different body. Whose body come different from their parents' body? He said, prepare me a body. That is a shapeshifter. That is a shapeshifter.
As if you pick the right body to assume.
Yeah, because when you say prepare me a body, that means either one or two things happen. He was waiting on a body, or there was a special body that was given to him. And now, if a special body was given to him, how do Mary birth that body? Through the canal. You talk about something that was different from her. How did it line up with her? Even if you say it was an immaculate conception, how do another body form line up with her body?
That reminds me of when go back to Genesis when it says that the sons of the sons of God was looking at the women and they came down and slept with them and they produced giants. Because what was that scripture? Because he always said the child, if that was his son, why didn't he say my child or our child?
Who you talking about?
Joseph.
That's right. When Joseph said the child.
Yeah.
Just type that in. You can type that in. It'll pull it right up. It should have been in Luke. So we have to pay attention to what he had another body. Prepare me a body. Prepare me a body. Okay? So let me go back to Luke. Let me know when you find it. He said, prepare me, thou will not, but a body has thou prepared me. In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin, thou hast no pleasure. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. He's coming in the volume, meaning everything that's in that book. Series. Those are different chapters, different authors. He says, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. So everything in the prophets, he say, it's about him. He said it's about him. But we just showed you one point it ain't about him. Because if Joseph took him among the foreign nations, how was he raised among his brethren? He wasn't raised among his brethren, family. He was raised among foreigners. And I'm going to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it. Because where you're at, what you known from or for, you're going to return back to it. You can't run from you can't run from your upbringing. It don't matter where you go at, you're going to search that type of energy out. No matter where you can run all the way to Europe. If you was raised in Atlanta, you're going to search for energy like Atlanta. You can run all the way to Russia. You might not find that same type of energy, but you're going to find that closer. You're going to find that next energy closer to that energy where you were from. You always return back to what you are, no matter where you go. That's why people get mad. That's why people is like, oh, Trump say the people eating ducks and all that. Brothers and sisters, listen. To me, that was no strange thing because there were police reports out there for that. The man was repeating what the reports were saying. But here's my point on that. If that was real, let's say what he said was truth. I'm just looking at them and saying, you know what? People do what people do because that's their culture. That's their culture, family. You can't get mad at people's culture. And if you ain't careful, people will bring that culture to you. You think I'm mad? Let's see if that's prophecy, family. Let's see if that's prophecy. If people want to bring their delicacy or their dietary to you. Let's see if that's not real. Let's go to Ezekiel 4 and 10 through 12. Let's go to Ezekiel the 4th chapter, verse 10 through 12. Let's see if you're going to eat somebody else's diet. Y'all think that because what these people do, y'all think it's just, y'all like, oh, I can't believe it. What you got, sis?
And the meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the 6th part of an hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight.
So he said you're gonna eat stuff, you're gonna eat waste.
What, 13?
Go ahead, 13, what you got?
It says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them.
So these people eating all kinds of stuff. Oh my goodness. So you upset, and you got these people got you so hyperbolic. Say, oh, the Haitians eat cats and dogs. And then some people come on and say, well, I don't know Haitians. I know some Haitians. I do know some Haitians. They don't have that kind of behavior. But it's not saying that all don't.
Right. Maybe some that do, and maybe some that don't.
Right. What about the ones that do the voodoo? You got some Negroes do voodoo and hoodoo and Juno. Oh yeah, they kill animal cats and all that to do that. It's the blood.
They used to do stuff with the chicken and drink the chicken blood all over the place.
This is my point. We get upset when we see people culture right in our face. Oh, I can't do that. Because you don't go and kill a duck in the pond. That don't mean that somebody won't. And I'm not justifying it. But I'm saying we get all hysterical and hyperbolic over nothing. And these people just steady bringing people who have a different culture from you and throwing them in your communities. And that's what Joseph did supposedly with Jesus. He took Jesus among foreigners. So now you telling me that foreigners have the same diet as Israel? So foreigners gonna treat their women like Israel supposed to treat their women? And the women gonna treat the men the same way the females in Israel supposed to treat the Israelite men? No. Do the foreigners have the same education system like Israel? No. How about the same decorum as Israel? No. That's why they gave you they flipped everything around and gave you them, and they took you. And that's why I showed you at the beginning that older sister who's supposed to have decorum, not an ego. She was supposed to guide that sister, uphold that sister, and uplift that sister to show that sister what she did, and how she can do it. Not in a negative light, but in a better light. But we got the older sister sitting there trying to dog out the younger sister. In the same way, at the end, the young Christian girl was saying that she's for Trump because Trump policies remind her it goes in line with the Bible. And the older sister, oh no, look at his attitude. We can't judge. He told us to love, but then we judge Trump. But then the sister say, well, why do you want to go have sex, get pregnant, and go kill a baby? When the Creator gave you the power to have a baby. She said, you need to learn how to keep your legs closed. This is a younger sister telling an older sister that. And we wonder why the young people don't respect the older people. We wonder why. But this man, he took his son among the Gentiles. and he raised his son among the Gentiles. When Israel broke the law, we was scattered among the Gentiles. And now we're eating their diet. Oh, let me break a news to you. I heard a brother say, the brother Kasadabar, Moray Kasadabar. And I had to agree with him every which way. I had to just hold my head down. He said, when you eat out, do you not realize you're eating pork? And I was listening, how you eating pork? Because when them people make food, one food to another, they don't wash their hands as long as they don't go to the bathroom. So they can touch pork and then turn back around and touch your food. Case in point, you go to Subway. They have on the same gloves if you will tell them to change it.
That's it.
Go ahead, what you got to say?
I was gonna say, I do. I look and I see what they had, and I'm like, I don't eat that. You change your glove.
So if y'all ain't aware, you're eating pork. You're eating pork. Even the grocery store. Some people, when they cut the meat, if you don't tell them to change that thing, they'll cut your meat along with ham. Vroom, 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 vroom.
Are you noticing how there is such a big outbreak of salmonella with the deli meats and different things?
Yes.
It's becoming real rapid, continuously. So it's like whenever we eat or whatever we eat, we're taking a chance.
That's right.
Because a lot of these people, they're not going to follow Leviticus 11 when it talks about the dietary law and what we're supposed to eat and not eat.
They don't care. Because they're not subject to that law. You is. That's like an Indian. When Kamala says she washed her greens in the bathtub, well, just go to Hindustan and look at how them people make their food. They wash their food in the street water. They stomp on their food with their feet. They do all kind of stuff in that society. But guess what? We get, ooh, that's nasty. It's not nasty. It's nasty to you, but it's not nasty to them. And this is the problem. Don't you know you are in their world? They're not in your world. When Israel fell into their world. So now you see in every habit of these people. And the ones who done woke up is mad. You can't get mad, you have to accept it. And now you have to do what Deuteronomy 30th chapter say. In order to come from among it. But you eat barley cakes. You eat barley cakes, meaning you eating the Gentiles' food. Unless you got your own farm, growing your own food, you're eating Gentile food. That's point blank. Let me say it again. Unless you got your own farm and you growing your own food, you are eating barley cakes from the Gentile. Period. Let me show you a video. Fair use. This is not my material. This is for educational purposes only. This is for under the Copyright Act of 1976. This video right here was 4 years ago, family. This is 4 years ago. Okay? So let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, we back here. We trying to wash these brushes out. She said we can't. I told her to wash the brushes out. We want to wash this. We want to use this.
No. We can't be killing you. You guys use this.
What's that meat right there for? This what you serve people?
No.
Cook that for people?
No, we wash it.
Y'all wash the meat in there? Well, that's dirt. That sink is dirtier than the it's dirtier than the meat. It's gonna be dirtier than if you washing it. This is outside, man. People come out there and piss and shit in that sink. That's not sanitary, man. I'm gonna call code enforcement. Anybody know what she's saying? Let me know. I'm finna wash my brushes.
So why is the meat sitting in that nasty sink though? Oh yeah, y'all. Oh yes, because I know that's what y'all got noodles right there. Y'all got the meat on the floor in here. You can't do that, man. Let me hold that hose. I need to clean up. We did y'all parking lot. I'll sue you. Oh, y'all not right. That's not right. Give me the hose, man. Give me the hose. My boss said give me the hose. I need to clean this. I need to clean this. We did y'all parking lot. He said I can use this hose anytime. Man, give me the damn hose, bro. Give me the hose, please. Give me the hose. Glasses. Soy sauce and bag. Hose. The hose. Let me use it. I come to use it. I need to use it to get this stuff off before it's bad. Take that meat to the dumpster. Ma'am. Why is you putting that meat? You gonna serve that meat to people? You need to take that to the dumpster right there. You need to take that meat and throw it away. Oh, you cooking that for people? Okay. I'm gonna show y'all where we at, y'all. We right here. Uncle Poop, we live. I got my partner with me. We right here at the damn Liz Chinese kitchen. It's in Newport Richie. Do not come here and eat. They is nasty as fuck. Y'all just seen that, right? Y'all call code enforcement and everything, because they going down. We gonna shut this place down. They don't want to let me use the hose, they going down. You either pay me, I'm gonna put this video online. I'm not blackmailing you, I'm just saying. I don't want no food. That's not gonna happen. Okay? I wanna use the hose. Can I use the hose? The people on the way. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, mommy. Now, I might not put this video online now. Thank you. That's like you blackmail, motherfucker.
And y'all trust these people? These are foreigners, family. This is what it's talking about, being foreigners. Y'all don't know what these people be doing to that food before you go and buy it.
I think that's why a lot of people are starting to become vegetarians.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we take a chance on whatever we eat and whatever we buy. But I mean, as I continue to do more research, and it's just, is it really worth it? You know?
And it's not. We don't know what these people are doing to this meat. And y'all got to remember, Joseph took Jesus among these people. And he was raised there among these type people. So now, let's go back. Let's go to Acts 2 and 22. Let's go to Acts 2 and 22. We get upset and we try to link these people into our story. And they don't have no part in our story. The only reason why they are in our story is because we allowing them to be there. And we keep allowing these people to set people that look like us in front of us to sit there and speak for us.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. And the thing is that when they had those videos about you saw the Haitian guy with the duck or goose, whatever he had. And the thing is that,
but they don't know if he was Haitian now. They don't know if he was Haitian.
Oh, okay. Well, I stand corrected. Whatever that.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The gentleman was in that video, and the thing is that it's different because when they're in their area or where they say they do what they do, and they're accustomed to that. But then when you bring it here and you see that, it's like, okay, it's real, because now they're not going to change who they are to suit you. They don't care.
Why should they care?
But we are so accommodating that we're going to change the way we see and think to appease other people.
And that's where our energy go backwards or go twisted. You always protect the energy of you and your people in your house. But we trying to protect everybody's energy. No, you can't do that. That's why most of us are corrupt now. Acts 2:22, what it says.
Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man approved of God among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which God did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know.
Now, let's get into these people, or why we have that sister at the beginning of the video who's feminist, and now we got these Chinese people put the food on the floor. I'm not finished. Let me get into another one. And then I'm gonna get into Jesus being the proof of God. Fair use. This is not my material. This is for educational purposes only. Teacher purposes under the Fair Use Act of 1976. And on the 106 Copyright Act of 1976, and bring me one, please. And on the Fair Use Act and a fair speech, freedom of speech. Let's go.
The meat on the concrete. We first showed you this. 46 is not done investigating the meat on the concrete. We first showed you this restaurant employee cutting raw meat on the ground. If you think that's surprising, wait until you find out what else we found out. The health department did not shut down China because they didn't feel like there was an imminent threat to public health.
So now he's cutting raw meat on the ground. On the ground. Remember, Kamala said she washed greens in the bathtub. How many of y'all still eat Chinese food? Y'all don't have a problem with Chinese food, but they ain't cutting the meat on the ground and washing the meat in the dirty sink. But you got a man, when they say, oh, the Asians killing the cats. Well, here you go. How many of y'all still eat Chinese food? Don't yuck now. Yuck. Don't do that now. Don't do it now. Let's go back. Look at the brother cutting the meat on the ground. They got him on video. Cut the meat on the ground. This is in Georgia. In Georgia, family. Chinese place. These Chinese places are all over Georgia, too. Just like a church. These Chinese restaurants just like a black church. They all over the neighborhoods. Let's go.
Found out the health department did not shut down China because they didn't feel like there was an imminent threat to public.
So you, real quick, and I meant to stop it, but I just want to say this. You're eating dong. This is what dong is. Their custom and their culture, how they prepare their food. That's what this is. That's what this is about. You're eating the way they prepare the food. And then we get upset and mad. Oh no. And we say, oh no, that's not how we do it. Then guess what? Why are you eating there? Why they restaurants are so popular with you? I ain't never seen Chinese people line up to go eat soul food. Have you?
No, but I saw something that's supposed to be coming. I think it's either a Chinese or Asian restaurant. They're gonna have that and barbecue.
Oh, they already stole your recipe.
I saw it.
They already stole your recipe. Just like what that is, the one down in Savannah, that lady, that white lady.
Oh, Mrs. Wilkes.
Mrs. Wilkes and the other one that's known.
Paula Deen.
They got all your stuff. They got the black folks in the back. And the people that come around just go there and eat. Ooh, this food is delicious. And guess who get the pop? Guess who get the praise? She do. Just like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Stole a black woman's restaurant. I ain't gonna say he stole it, but that's a black woman's recipe. That's a black woman's recipe. But you can't get mad. You're eating the dong of the Gentiles because of your disobedience. So let's look at some more of your dong eating. This man is on the floor cutting meat. Well, let's go. Watch this. I want y'all to listen to the regulations in the state of Georgia. Let's go. This is 4 years ago. Now, I don't know if they done changed it, but this is video. Let's go.
What else we found out? The health department did not shut down China because they didn't feel like there was an imminent threat to public health. That's that. Restaurant employees in Georgia are not required to they're not required to provide that information. Now, again, we want to
stress this, that employees in Georgia, they are not required to be certified to make sure their food is safe. Now, it is known as a food handler license or card. You can get you get one of those after you get trained in things like basic food safety and hygiene. CBS 46 is out in Murphy asking why it's not required in Georgia.
Me personally, I just feel like they should be shut down.
It's the photograph everyone is talking about.
Look at that. On actual concrete. Look at the car right there. He's actually on the sidewalk where people walk on, cats and dogs piss on, dunk on, people lay on and sleep on. Man, look at he's cutting up your meat that you eat. And they say that's not unsanitary.
I guess not according to their culture, but
This is the dung of the Gentiles. You can't get mad at what they do because they do it at home. They didn't get rid of their culture. You just got rid of yours.
it's supposed to be out of sight, out of mind. Why? Oh, why are you showing?
Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. You eating the dung of the Gentiles. This is what Joseph ran Jesus among. Oh, it's gonna get good. It's about to get good. Let's go.
Including this eyewitness who works nearby and did not want to be identified.
If you felt like it was okay to do that, then you shouldn't run a restaurant.
The picture shows a restaurant employee cutting meat on the ground by the back door of the New China on New Hope Road in Lawrenceville.
I don't know why he do that. We confused too. You see, my door is always closed, and when that day he off day, I don't know why he come in my store.
Management said the employee was preparing meat for his own consumption and has since been fired. But according to the eyewitness, there were other issues.
I saw them actually take food, expired food that's coming from the restaurant next to them, and take it inside of their restaurant.
Our camera even spotted employees preparing food in the kitchen without gloves. Another violation.
I was kind of stunned that someone would think that's acceptable.
Joseph Sternberg is the director of environmental health in Gwinnett County. He said restaurant employees in Georgia are not required to have a food handler license like they are in other states. It's a policy he'd like to see implemented here in Georgia.
It would address some cultural issues, so people would at least understand what the bare minimum requirements are to
the culture issues. They don't do that in where they're from, and they bring that to you, and now you complain because you eat their food. She said, "Oh, he was doing that for his own consumption." Psych. She ain't gonna try to get shut down because she needs your money. She needs your money, fam. She needs your money, son. I don't know why he do that. I don't know why he do that. You see my boss right here. We keep the door closed. Yeah, of course they do. They keep that door closed to make it seem like it's like they got it all going on and they good. But let's keep going because we about finish with this video. Let's go.
work in a restaurant. What is considered acceptable food handling practices? What isn't?
Because I feel like something should be done about it. You know, because it makes you think. I mean, I eat out a lot, so I mean, I think just with this going on, I think I'm a second guess where I choose.
Now, the health department did not shut down New China. They told me they did not find an imminent threat to public health at this point in time, but they will continue to monitor this restaurant. I can also tell you, New China scored a 100 on their last surprise health inspection in July. In Lawrenceville, Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.
Yo, those are nice. They scored 100, family. They scored 100, family. This is the dung of the Gentiles. Brother Shava say, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have eaten cat. Hey, you can't. I can't. Oh boy. They was in Savannah, they was some restaurants got shut down for serving dog and cat. Yes. Yes. So don't get mad at the people for their culture. Just realize when you fell, Israel, you fell into their realm. You fell into their realm. Acts 2:22. We read that. Read that one more time, and let's move forward. You can't get mad at these people. He's approved of God. He's approved of God. He's approved of God. I want y'all to look at go to the Greek number. Go to Greek number 584. Greek number 584. And let's see what that's about. J-Mos, I know you eat that Chinese food still, family? I try to stay away from it. If it ain't got a bone, I don't want it. If it don't shake, like, I don't eat that Chinese food. I really don't eat that Chinese food. I really don't. Greek number 584. Let me put it in the chat. Greek number. And it just ain't their food. It just ain't the Chinese people food now. I ain't got time to get into all of it. I really don't. I'm just showing you that. I'm just showing you because I can show you Hindu food, how they make the Hindu food, how they make different other type foods as well. Even the food that you claim is American food, I can show you how to make that. But I'm not going to. I don't have the time. I don't want to sway off like that. Maybe one time I'll just keep the podcast as into how how different cultures make foods. And if you eat it, then that's what you be eating. I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna do that. How different cultures make their food, and we'll show you that you eat what you're eating. And I know in Hindustan you eat somebody's footprints. They stop on their food. You eating somebody's footprints. What you got? Toe jabs. Oh man.
Does it mean to sigh, groan, mourn?
Greek number 584? No. Greek number 584. That's the word approve. Excuse me. Approve.
Oh, it's supposed to be.
Approve.
Okay, I see it. To bring out, show forth, to declare, show, to prove.
Okay. So the word approve means to show forth or to bring out. To bring out or to show forth or to declare. So go back to that verse and put one of them words in there. That's what the word approve means, to bring out, to show forth, or to declare. So we about to see, because this is Jesus' ministry right here. And now I'm about to show you who Jesus really is. What you got?
Acts 2:22.
Uh-huh.
Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man.
A man to go ahead.
To declare.
To declare. He's to declare or to what? Show forth. Now let's look at the word of. Now I want y'all to keep that word. I want y'all to write this down now. He's to show forth, declare of, the word of. O-F. Okay, the word of, O-F.
Of means used to show possession belonging to.
Okay. The word of is Greek number 575. Let's see what that word means. Show possession of in the English, but let's see what the Greek Phoenician means. 575. Separation. So he's to show forth, to bring forth, or to declare a separation. Now I want y'all to really pay attention to this now. He's to show forth or to bring forth a separation. Ooh-wee. So Jesus was to be declared to be separated according to show a separation or to bring forth a separation according to the Creator in order to show you what? Miracles. He was to be separated to show you miracles. Family, what is those miracles? That is Greek number 1411. What is those miracles that he's supposed to bring forth? He's supposed to be separated to be able to show you the miracles. Brother J. Mo said confusion. No, it's not confusion. It's not confusion. That's Greek number. Let me put it in the chat. Dunamis.
Miraculous power, ability, abundance, strength, force.
That's what you got? Okay. Greek number 1411. Do you see ability?
Ability.
Do you see inherent power?
I see force.
Do you see inherent power? Inherent power. Do you see inherent power? Right here.
Mm-hmm.
You see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Now, what is inherent power?
It's inherent abilities.
Well, that's inherent power. What do inherent power means?
You're taking somebody else's.
Inherent power means it's the power of a government that are not explicitly stated.
So you're making an assumption.
No. If you got a power that's not explicitly stated, what does that mean?
You don't really know where they're coming from.
Exactly. So if you got a government power that is not explicitly stated, what is that saying? Those who are still paying, those who are still listening, what do When something is not explicitly stated, what does that mean?
There's room to make assumptions. It's no clarity.
Okay, there's rooms to make an assumption. There's no clarity.
It's almost like going rogue because you don't really know where they're really coming from, so you're making your own assumption. And
that is true. You all right? That is true. You're making your own assumption. That's a system. That is a system. That is the system. Sister Latoya said the derails aren't disclosed. Right. That is a system that plays the background. It's there, but if you ain't aware, if you're not really paying attention, you wouldn't know it's there. Yes, it's always misleading. He is there to set apart this government that you don't even realize is there. I want y'all to pay attention to that. Go back and read that again real quick for me. Acts 2:22. He said God declared, now watch this. God declared Jesus Christ. Go ahead, what you got?
Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man approved of God among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which God did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know.
So he's saying, you know what God did. You know what the Creator did. He approved this system.
Sister Latoya put 2 Thessalonians 2:9.
Mm-hmm.
Even him who's coming in after the working of Satan, all power and signs and lying wonders.
That's right. This is a system. The Creator approved this system. He separated this system to be in the back. Meaning, guess what? If you ain't paying attention to the law, then what are you paying attention to? He separated it now. Because if you ain't paying attention, you'll think this whole thing is together.
An illusion.
Let's get the scripture I pulled out last week that he'll send you a delusion. He gonna send you a strong delusion. It's in Isaiah. He gonna send you a strong delusion. That's what this is. He approved Jesus to bring a delusion among you, by setting up a system that you're not even aware of. See, y'all think these miracles is come out of him. That's what y'all think this is. Oh my goodness. Y'all think this thing was about somebody laying their hands. No, family. He set up a system right in your face that sits in the background and you don't even realize it, and it has an inherent power. And it got something to do with the foreigners too. Just watch. This thing got something to do with the foreigners. That's why I told y'all this ain't Israel, family. In the New Testament, it's not the nation of Israel.
So that's in 2 Thessalonians 2:11-12.
Yes, but they got it from Isaiah. But go ahead.
Oh,
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Read that.
It says, "And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned, who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness."
Go ahead. Yeah, okay. So what's what that's talking about? What that's talking about? They'd rather believe a lie.
Because they want to believe in these false signs and wonders.
They want to believe. Go. So now that's Isaiah 66:4.
Okay.
That's where they got that from. Isaiah 66:4. Read verse 3 and hit verse 4. Because see, a lot of people don't realize that the Creator does these things. Y'all who don't want to believe, who want to continue to keep worshiping the fallen angel, and y'all want to keep sitting there saying this and saying that. No. And then just real quick, and some of y'all think that, oh no, there ain't no such thing as no fallen angels. I got the scripture right after this one. Go ahead, what you got?
You can start at 3 or just go to 4.
You start at verse 4.
I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear. But they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not.
So what's going on right there?
Punishment.
Why?
Because of their disobedience, and not just out of ignorance, but intentional
ignorance. remember I said at the beginning, you got these people who are ignorant, but some of them are doing it deliberate. And those who doing it deliberate, he's gonna send a delusion in front of you. And one of the delusions is the system that Jesus set up for you. You think that's what you're really supposed to be worshiping? That's the miracle. That's the miracle. That's an inherited power. That's the inherent power that this system got.
Sister Latoya put Daniel 4:25. That they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field, and they shall make thee to eat grass as oxen, and they shall wet thee with the dew of heaven, and 7 times shall pass over thee, till thou that thou know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will. He gives the kingdoms to whom he please. And Brother Shava says, this is why information is key. We heard in the World Church that Jesus was of Galilee, but I always thought that was his people. Thanks for this, because with study, all is revealed.
All praises to both of you, Sister Latoya G and Brother Shiva. All praises. Now let's talk about the fallen angels real quick, because this is dealing with Jesus as well. Let's go to Isaiah 24:21. Isaiah 24:21. If anybody tell y'all that there's no such thing as fallen angels, here's one verse. Here's one chopper verse right here. That's a chopper. This right here is one chopper. This is a chopper. This is a bullet that will split a body open. Blah 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 blah. One of the main bullets. Watch this. Watch what it says. What you got?
And it shall come to pass in that day that the Creator shall punish the hosts of the high ones that are on high, the kings of the earth upon the earth. That's right.
That's the right word. But I don't know what version you're reading.
21.
No, what version?
Oh,
you reading?
King James version.
He gonna punish the host of that is on high and the kings of the earth. Who's the host that is on high?
Angels.
Those are the angels. So why would he punish the angels if the angels don't have the same kind of choice that you got? and the men of the earth. He made a distinction. So family, don't pay no attention that you ain't dealing with fallen entities, because you are. You're dealing with fallen entities, family, and the Bible just proved it. That's one verse. I got many verses that proves that. Just wanted to give you one. There's entities there that's fallen. So miracles is a system that sits behind that you are not paying attention to. That's what it's done. So let's look at the scripture. Let's grab a couple of scriptures that's showing you this system. Let's grab a couple of scriptures that's showing you this system real quick. Let's go to John 18:36. John 18:36. Do you need this? John 18:36. This thing's already up there. John 18:36. All you got to do is just type it in. It's not going to freeze on you. Oh, John 18:36.
Okay, John 18:36. Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence."
So Jesus telling you straight up he ain't from here.
I was trying to pull up to let everybody know, if you haven't heard of it or read it, the book of the Watchers speaks about the fallen angels.
Right. The book of the Watchers in the book of Enoch, right?
Yes.
Yes, that's in the book of Enoch.
Very powerful.
And a lot of people, they speak against the book of Enoch. But somehow in Isaiah, he said he's going to punish the ones that's on high and the kings of the earth. So who's the one that's on high? Besides the angels. Who else? Like Arsenio Hall say, So that's a dagger. So the book of Enoch is, when it talks about the fallen from on high, Isaiah just confirmed it. So don't let nobody come tell you that those things does not exist, because they do.
Right. Yeah, but take the time. If you can't read it, pull up the audio Bible. If you got to work, listen to it. I'm telling you, it's powerful stuff in there.
So what he said in John 18:36, he said what?
It says, Jesus answered, "My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now is my kingdom not from hence."
So he told Pilate he ain't from here. He ain't from here. So where is he from? He said on high. So where's on high at? Where's on high? Where is he from? He told Pilate, I'm not from here.
Could it be that he was from a different dimension?
He was from a different dimension. But he was telling you he's not you. He's not like you. And notice he says, and I will be delivered to the Jews. Why he didn't say, and I will be delivered to my people? He made a separation there. I didn't think y'all caught that, did you? That's just like a black man keeps saying, you people. Well, who the hell are you? See, if a black man or a black woman keeps saying, you people, another black man, another black woman to get mad, because you know why? They'll be like, well, what makes you different from me? Because you're looking at skin tone.
Right.
But go ahead.
That's the problem.
That's right. That's the problem. But see, he keeps saying, he said, I will be delivered of the Jews. Get Revelations 13:4. He said, I will be delivered of the Jews. He made a separation to show you he's not them. He's not them. But you keep making as if he is a part of them. He's not. That's why when I told you he was not raised among his brethren, he wasn't. What you got?
And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
You're talking about a system, and I just told you that that miracle is that system. So who's able to destroy that system? We say, well, we got to wait on the Creator to destroy it because the Creator set it up. That's the delusion. How can you destroy a delusion? The Creator set that delusion up. I just gave it to you. I just gave it to you. The Creator set it up. You ain't able to make war. That's why if we step up and make war against this beast, you're going to automatically be destroyed because you're fighting against the Creator. He set that thing up. This is the delusion that many of you following. And it sits behind the actual law. And you think it's part of the law. Genesis 9:27. Genesis 9:27. Y'all think this is part of the law? Y'all think he came to bring the law? No, he didn't bring the law. That's why I'm showing y'all many of the things he broke. He broke the law. And you will sit there and defend as if he kept the law. He did not. Go ahead, what you got?
The Creator shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant.
So what system did Japheth bring to Shem? What system did Japheth bring to Shem? Look up. I want y'all to look up the propagation of Christianity. I want y'all to look up, and then after that, I want y'all to look up the Apostle Creed. But the first one, I'm gonna type it in the chat. The propagation. Hold on, just get me out. Hold on. Okay, here we go. The propagation. 1603 or 1608, one of them.
That one says the history of the Catholic Church in Japan.
What you got? Well, for that? Which one?
03. I'm trying 8.
Yes, put on 1608.
Okay, so this one says Christianity in the 17th century.
Go ahead. What you got?
Okay, so it says Christianity in the 17th century. The 17th century missionary activity in Asia and the Americas grew strongly, but down roots and developed its institutions. Though it met with strong resistance in Japan in particular, at the same time, Christian colonization of some areas outside Europe succeeded. Driven by economics as well as religious reasons, Christian traders were heavily involved in the Atlantic slave trade.
He said what?
Christian traders were heavily involved in the Atlantic slave trade.
Christian traders were heavy involved in the Atlantic slave trade. Go ahead, what you got?
Which had the effect of transporting Africans into Christian communities. So that's the Atlantic slave trade.
That's the Atlantic slave trade.
Not coming over on no boats and ships. And
read that again. You got to read that again, because see, a lot of people don't even realize what really took place. But go ahead, what you got?
Christian traders were heavily involved in the Atlantic slave trade, which had the effect of transporting Africans into Christian communities. And it also says a land war between Christianity and Islam continued in the form of the campaigns of the Habsburg Empire and Ottoman Empire.
That was over there. See, that was over there. So they brought Christianity from over there to over here. Christianity was never here. So now you got to ask yourself the question, what are you really serving when you call yourself a Christian? You finished? Or you got some more?
You want me to read more of it? Or?
No. Go pull up Charter of 1608. The Charter of 1608. We go just read a little piece of that, because this goes along with what you just read. The Charter of 1608.
The Royal Charter? The Royal Charter?
Yeah, the Royal Charter. Because you don't even realize that this is your illusion. Many of you believe in something that was pushed, that was brought to you. The Creator knew you hated his law, so he brought a delusion. And his delusion was Jesus. And the first thing he brought, he allowed miracles to be set up, which was a kingdom, a system that sits behind the law. And it looks like it's a part of the law, but it's not the law. It looked like it goes along with the law, but it don't. And many of you will sit there and try to put it together like a puzzle. No, see that piece right there fit right there. No, don't see it look like this, but the piece look like it fit, but it don't. You got it?
Yes. Okay, it says the Royal Charter. By the end of the 16th century, the two ends of court had erected many fine buildings at the temple, yet their position as tenants was not a secure one. In order to protect what
No. The Charter of 1606. The Charter of 1606.
So okay, yeah, it came up 1608. I'm sorry. I thought it didn't sound right. The first charter of Virginia.
Yes,
that's the one.
That's the one. Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
I think I put the wrong one too.
Okay, it says on April 10th, 1606, King James I of England granted the following charter to the investors of the Virginia Company of London.
So hold on, he gave a charter to who?
The Virginia Company of London.
No, they were what?
Investors.
They were investors. What is an investor?
Someone who invests or pay money to invest in land or something that they want.
Right. So I want y'all to remember that these are investors. The same way they invest in buying up your community. It's the same way. These are investors. And they came in to invest in what?
The Virginia Company of London.
They were investing in the Virginia Company of London. Now I want y'all to do some homework on that. The London Virginia Company, the Virginia Company.
Well, they were investors of the Virginia Company of London.
Right, they were the investors of the Virginia Company of London. I want y'all to do some research on that, okay? Because this came to you. Go ahead. What it got? What else you got?
It permitted them to settle a swath of the North American coast and led to the establishment of Jamestown a year later.
So it became James. They invested and they began to build something called Jamestown a year later. So now they propping up stuff now. Their money and their investment is now propping up stuff. And now when they see that, it's propping stuff up and it's causing what is called a what? An increase. What you think is going to happen? They're going to end up wanting to expand. I want y'all to realize what this charter is. They're going to want to expand on your land. So what happened when they want to expand on your land, but your business is there? What happens then? Or your community is there? What happens?
If they can't buy you out, they're going to put you out.
If they can't buy you out, they're going to put you out. If they can't buy you out, they're going to put you out. This what happens. Go ahead, you finish? If they can't buy you out, they're going to put you out.
It just goes to kind of tell you what the charter says.
Okay.
It says, I, James, by the grace of God, King of Scotland, King of England, Scotland, France, and Ireland, defender of the faith. And C, whereas our loving and well-disposed subjects, Sir Thomas Gates and Sir George Somers, Kings, Knights, Richard Hakluyt, Clerk, Prebendary of Westminster, and Edward Maria Wingfield, Thomas Hanham, and Raleigh Gilbert, Esquires, William Parker.
So it's naming the names.
Yes.
All the investors.
Right.
Okay. So, but they came to invest in your land. The same way what they're doing now. The hedge funds are buying up all the houses where you can't even hardly buy. You can buy a house, but it's going to be at a higher price. They buying up. They're investing in your land now. They're expanding their businesses, taking over your businesses. Whereas that you was the entrepreneur, now they became the entrepreneur. What you about to say?
No, I was going to say, and by them doing that, they're making the value of the properties within that go up, so people can't afford it. So one or two things, they have to sell or they lose it.
Right. And that's what the point is. What's happening now? This is the miracle. The miracle is that actual system that sits behind your system, and it looks like their system goes along with your system, and it don't. That's why many of you y'all support they businesses more than you will ever support your own business. You will sit there and look up to them before you look up to yourself. They tell you what your culture is before you even recognize your own culture. You don't even realize you are following the delusion that the Creator set up. You're following the delusion. That's why a lot of you sit there and you listen, you perpetuate that music. What is called the drill music, trap music. I call it death culture. And we say, "Oh man, the rapper just died. Oh man, he just died. Look when Takeoff got killed. He got killed right in front of a whole bunch of people. Who got arrested? Nobody. Because this is part of the culture. It's part of the culture. Look at how our women whoring themselves out. They are feminists. They don't have that woman touch. They got that masculine touch. Our men are effeminate. Taking hormone blockers to be a female. And like I said, this is not a political point, but this is a political point. The Democrats saying they trying to define a new masculinity. What the hell is a new masculinity? Those are beta men. They'll do anything for a payday. That's the system. That's the system. You want to get into that kind of system, the drill music that tells you to kill your own people. Pimp out and sex out your own women. And then the women, they will try to line themselves up to what the man is saying. Just to be able to get a man. And then the men say, well, I can't get that far unless I bend over. Go to these parties. And now they take your manhood, and now what you do from that point? Sisters, y'all done been hold out what you do from that point. That's that system, that miracle. That's the miracle. That inherent power. It's a system that sits behind the actual system. You can't see it. But that delusion is ruling. It's ruling. Sister Latoya put up Leviticus 20, verse 22. Ye shall therefore keep all my Sabbaths and all my judgments and do them, that the land, whether I bring you to dwell therein, spew you not out. Then she got Deuteronomy 22, 28 and 33. The fruit of thy land and all the laborers shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed evermore. In Deuteronomy 28:34. 28:34. So that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes, which thou shalt see. Yes, you're going to be mad. You're going to be mad always. So the Creator allow a system to be set up right before your eyes. Sit up behind your system. And if you ain't got a discerning spirit, you ain't going to recognize that system. And that's why most of you follow that system and don't even know it. He allowed it. He allowed this system to be set up. And you think it's actually the real system. That's why many of you follow Jesus and don't even know what Jesus is really about. Let's go to the next one, wanders. Let's go to the next one, the word wanders. Type in Greek number. Type in Greek number. Greek number 5059. Let's see what that's about. See, they put the truth right in your face. But the point is, are we paying attention to what they put in our face? Greek number 5059. In the word, the Greek number 50 and 59 is a prodigy or a portent. See, miracle performed by anyone. A prodigy. Let's look up the word prodigy. Prodigy. What is a prodigy, family? What is a prodigy? Prodigy. Prodigy. What is that? Prodigy is someone who is so naturally talented at something that they become a master of that particular skill as a child. So you're talking about someone who masters something at a young age. Remember, Jesus was supposed to have been a master as a child. That's why he went into the temple at a young age, and they say, oh, he was teaching the people. That's right. That's right, Brother Shiva. He was teaching the people. So when you look at that and you realize you're dealing with a system that sits behind your system, now you're not paying attention to that system. But then now it says a young person. A young person don't mean just a child. Like you look at a baby or a teenager. No. A child means someone who's young. Young at certain things. They're immature at it. They're ignorant of it. And they learn the skill of it. That means you're going to have people come in, family. They're going to come into your system and learn your culture. And they're going to master it. The Creator going to allow these people to master your culture. How you think they expanded their tent in your land? They're going to master your culture, family. They're going to come in, they're going to watch you, and they're going to learn it, and they're going to master it, and they're going to become it. This is all the delusion. That's why you're the only people on this earth has to prove who they are. Nobody else has to do that. You. They master everything about you. They master everything about you. Let's grab this scripture right here. Let's go to Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter, verse 14. Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter, verse 14. Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. I'm going to verse 14, but let's start at verse 10. And this is what it says right here. For pass over the isles of Shittim and see and send unto Kedar and consider diligently and see if there be such a thing. Hath a nation changed their gods? No. Ain't nobody changed their gods but you. Everybody else kept their God. Israel was the only nation that walked away from their God. You remember I told you fell from your culture into their culture. You get upset because that man was cutting that meat on the sidewalk. You get upset because they were washing the meat and selling it. They were washing their meat in the nasty, dirty sink and putting the meat on the floor. You got mad with that. They mad, but you went. They ain't changed their God. You changed yours. You changed yours. Has a nation changed their gods? which are yet no gods. See, they know they don't have a covenant with the Creator like you do. But you get mad at them because of how nasty they are in their culture, in their world, in their realm, but you fell in their realm, but you trying to change their realm. You can't change their realm. They have to change their realm if that's what they choose to do. You were just told to be the example, to show the people cleanliness, godliness. And they say cleanliness is next to godliness. Yes, you're supposed to show them cleanliness. But see, they don't know that because you study right at the table eating with them. I done seen some places on TV. These people eat roaches and snakes and spiders. They get $1 million, but who the hell eat a roach and a spider and all that? I see people eating roaches for delicacies. Cockroaches, chocolate cockroaches. People eat raw meat without the meat being all the way cooked on the inside. It's so pink. But you don't supposed to eat blood. You don't supposed to eat the meat with blood in it. But some of you Negroes, you don't start eating meat with blood. But my people have changed their glory for that which do not profit. What are we getting from it? We ain't gaining nothing from it, family. Nothing. This is the wonder. They master you. Why you think they done became the rappers and now they getting all the accolades? And I was talking to a brother on yesterday. He said Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. What the hell? I said, name a classic for Eminem. He named it. No. Name a song of Eminem that's still being played on TV today. I mean, radio today. He couldn't. But he said Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. Now, Eminem is getting spins on satellite radio. He's the greatest rapper that got more spins than anybody in this time. But if you're talking about selling records, he couldn't beat Tupac. He couldn't beat Biggie. He could not beat a lot of rappers. Maybe back in the days, he couldn't do it. But they came into your culture and they took it. They mastered it. And now they became it. They became it. Let's keep going. Hold on. This thing skipped. Okay, here we go. It says, be astonished, O ye heavens, at this time, and be horrible afraid. Be ye very desolate, says the Creator. Verse 13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of the living waters. They've forsaken the fountain of the living waters. Some of y'all talking about, that's Jesus. That ain't no Jesus. The fountain of the living waters, the Creator. Your culture. It's your culture. You forsaken your own culture that the Creator gave you. And hew them out cisterns, broken cisterns that cannot hold water. Meaning everything about you is broken. Your spirit is broken. Your mental is broken. Your economics is broken. Everything about you is broken. It can't hold nothing. And the first thing we do is blame it on other people. No, it's you. It's you. It's you, family. You are broken. And now when you try to bring back things of the Creator, you can't hold it. Because your vessel, your mental, your spiritual, your physical, your economical, all that about you is broken. Everything about you is broken. And the Creator said you're trying to put something inside of something that is broken. It's broken. I think what that scripture is where it says you put money in pockets that got holes in it. I think that's in not Hosea. I think that's Hosea. It's in Hosea, Amos. One of them. You putting money inside of pockets with holes in it. And that's what you're doing. You're trying to put stuff, you're trying to put good things into something that's bad. You smoke weed. There's nothing wrong with weed, but some of you can't stop. Drink. It's not wrong with liquor, but some of you can't stop. It controls the very nature of you. When something controls you, it becomes you. Some of you can't stop eating. Some of you got an anger, rage in you. You can't even control your emotions. You're broken. And we think that we can stand up against this delusion that the Creator set up. You can't. So he says, verse 14, is Israel a servant? Is he home? Is he a home-born slave? Why is he spoiled? Is Israel a home-born slave? Do he belong in America? But they told you come from Africa. You came on the ships. And many of you believed it. Instead of you going back home talking to grandma and great-grandma why they're still here, you'll sit there and listen to them back to African movement people. As if they know more than your bloodline. And then they come to you and tell you, oh no, this is the way it's supposed to be. Meaning they calling your people, your bloodline a lie. They calling your grandmother a lie. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we allow them to sprinkle that fairy dust and we believe everything they say. Well, we know in our hearts that the truth is sitting right in front of us from our bloodline.
That's right. So this is the point. We sit there. Israel's a homeborn. They homeborn. And we still sit there as if we come from overseas. That's that delusion. And you still haven't mastered it yet. Let's get the last one. Let's get the last one. The last one is miracles, wonders, and what? So people came over here through that delusion of a system and master everything about you.
But that goes back to the idolatry.
Why would you say that?
Because I'm thinking about, for Israel, they had the laws, they had the statutes, they had the commandments, that Aaron and Moses presented to Israel from the Creator, but they still weren't happy. They wanted something that they could see, feel, and touch. And I just feel that energy or that spirit is still relevant and strong now, because it's like we have to have something to just be there before us. And back in Kings too, they wanted a God like the other nations, they want a king like the other nations. So
they're not satisfied. Just like we weren't satisfied with the things that we were creating or anything else. And the only thing we were doing was allowing other people to come into the culture to rule it. And we became servants of it. That's what it means by you're homeborn. You create something and other people come in to rule it. How did the small hats become greater in rap than the actual rapper? That's what I always had that question. How is it that the small hats became greater? Oh, because they got the money? The money don't make you. It's the talent that makes the money. But they made you think the money makes the talent. And now they got you rapping that trap music and that drill music. Killing your own people, and you still haven't yet figured it out. Some of us, we don't even realize the delusion is sitting right there before us. And these people came in and mastered everything about you, and now they became you. And you ain't got nothing to say. And you at the bottom now. So let's look at the last one for the night, signs. And signs, let's look up the Greek number. It's Greek number, signs is Greek number 4592. $45.92 signs. This is if you don't catch it, like I say, by the time I get to the middle of Matthew and you still worship Jesus, it's your fault. It's your fault. It don't matter how many people feel about what I'm saying. One brother told me, he said, well, why you keep talking about Jesus the devil? He ain't the devil, he's the Son of God. Yeah, of course. In his mind. But that's why the voice only spoke to him. It didn't speak to John. John didn't hear that. That's why John was confused when he was put in prison. And we're going to get into that in the Creator's Will next week. John was confused. Because John didn't hear that same voice Jesus heard. And if he was the forerunner, why he didn't hear it? The Creator should have spoke to him. Meaning that once when he spoke, John should have knew at the end that was the end of his ministry. Not when the nigga was about to get his head cut off. At the end of his life. He wanted But what you got? What you got? Greek number 4592. That's signs. What it is? I can't hear you.
Oh, a sign, mark, token, that by which a person or a thing is distinguished from others and is known. A sign, prodigy, portent.
So it's a prodigy. With somebody stole from you and you know it's yours. That's the sign. That's the sign. They living in your culture. You know it's yours. It's a mark. It's a distinguishable mark.
It also has neutered.
Neutered. What neutered means?
Of a presumed derogatory.
Yes, derogatory. It means neutered. What neutered means?
Oh.
When you neuter something, what's happening?
Oh, well, I'm thinking about an animal, but I don't want to go there.
Yeah, you can think of an animal. Neuter. Let's look it up. Look up. You can just tap on it. And go ahead.
It says the removal of a non-human animal's reproductive organ.
Okay, but they removing everything from you.
Castration.
They castrated you. From your culture, they castrated every idea you had. They castrated every idea that you had. That's why you don't see yourself building no more today. Some of y'all ain't even thinking about building. Ain't thinking about creating. Most of you men just sit on the games. Or you sit there and watch TV. Most of you women, you're out there running the streets, so you sit there around your girlfriends talking about nothing. And we're not about building.
I mean, if you look back on the history, our people were innovators.
Yes.
And I feel that that's still in a lot of us, but it's been so suppressed that we don't know how to come back.
But how can somebody suppress anything in you? If you
allow it to.
We allow them to oppress us. That's the system. That's the system that sits behind the system. And what happened is we are thinking that system is connected to the actual system. And so therefore we allow that delusion to control the reality. That's what's happening. The Creator set it up to allow Jesus to control your reality. And if you you're not paying attention, this will destroy you because you don't want to follow the law. You want to be in everybody else's culture, so the Creator allow the cultures to come to you and you to fall into the culture, those people culture. Now, when they say the survival of the fittest, who's willing to come out? Who's willing to ignore their culture and begin to rebuild back theirs? Read Acts 2:22 again. Y'all think this is a joke? It's not a joke, family. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. We're gonna end it with this video. You're not gonna watch the whole video, but I'm just gonna show you some of the video. This is not a joke. Go ahead.
Ye men of Israel, hear these words. Jesus of Nazareth, a man approved of God, among you by miracles and wonders and signs, which God did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know.
So the Creator did these things. He said, you know what he did. You know what the Creator did. But you just want to continue to ignore it. In other words, this ain't nothing that just happened by chance. You chose it, and the Creator allowed it. So most of you, when you see them young men get murdered, now I'm not saying that. Now listen to what I'm saying. Now I want you to hear this very close. When you see young men get murdered, just think of this. He's visiting the iniquity of the what? The sins of the fathers to the fourth and the sixth, to the third and the fourth generation. Those are the sins of the fathers. When them young men go into prison, in jail, that's the sins of the fathers being paid for.
I think a lot of us don't believe that because they used to say that, well, I had to learn, so they got to learn. But we're supposed to teach. And I know a lot of times we do, but a lot of times it's up to them whether they're going to abide or heed to it or still try to follow their own path.
Correct.
So,
and that's why I say about that same sister at the beginning. She's chastising that young girl who's half her age. Oh, I'm the big dog. I got receipts.
Well, that's ego.
But the ego is destroying our younger sisters. The older sisters are destroying the younger sisters. From ego, desire, pleasure, greed, self-centeredness.
Well, and if you look at it, that's why it's so important to teach our youth when they're young and when they're at home about the things that they may encounter, when they get old enough to go out on their own, because they always hounding, gotta go to college, when you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And when you get to college, you get to these different places, what do you have there that's waiting for you on orientation? Sororities, fraternities, all these different clubs and this and that. And they get you in there because they say, well, if you come join us, then you have this or we'll be that, or it's for life and you won't have they pump it up so you feel like, okay, well, this is something that I need to be a part of, because you may not even know where to go or what to even do. So you get caught up in all of it, not realizing that all these things you have to go through. And when it's all said and done, you become a different person because of all these different energies and spirits and things you've had to do to get to that point.
Correct.
So how do you come back from it?
You can't. And a lot of people don't. You could, but it's going to take a hell of a lot.
Right.
And once when people realize when they get trapped in certain things, it's hard to come out. That's why I say, let's see what Chicago do. They throwing all these migrants inside of these illegals in their community. Let's see if they vote. Let's see if they vote other than Democrat.
Another
New York, let's see if they vote other than Democrat. It's California. Let's see if they vote other than Democrat in the so-called Negro areas. Not the whole state, because they may not change the whole state, but let's see if the Negro areas vote other than Democrat.
That it's not about, and I think that's where a lot of people are getting trapped. It's because they're always saying that, well, you know, our forefathers died for us to have the right to vote, this and that. And I was taught to be a Democrat, or I was taught to be a Republican, and I'm going to do that or be that till the day I die. But when is the light bulb going to come on and be like, okay, let me just step back and see how they have, you know, and what they have done for me or for my people. And if they ain't did it then, what makes you think they're going to do it now?
They're not.
You know, it's like you have to question and not be afraid to ask those questions like, okay, you want me to support you, but why haven't y'all done this for us or for our, or this or that? And why is everybody else getting all of this? See, nobody wants to ask these questions. They just want to say, well, I'm just going to pray and leave it to God. Come on now.
But he put the power in your hand.
But they don't believe that because they're not being taught or reminded. I'm not saying all, but I'm just saying I'm willing to bet that the majority of them are not being reminded and taught that in these churches or whatever these places that they're going. Because if so, I feel that it would be more of a stance than a submission, if that makes sense.
But right, it does. But the thing is, these places that they're going to are literal part of that delusion. It's there to trap you in that energy so you can't move above them. Because the moment you move above them, that means more and more of that kingdom deteriorates. And that's why they are now, they're out real scratching claws trying to get you back. Because if they don't have you, then that means they lose out. So fair use, let's get into this video. It goes into what we were just talking about. Fair use, this is not my material. I claim no rights to this material. This is for teaching purposes, educational purposes, and upbuilding purposes only. This is under Fair Use Act of 1976, 106, and under Free Speech Act. Let's go.
That a Stop Hate Asian bill is equivalent to the civil rights bills is proof that y'all been in our business way too long. Haitian business is your business, sir, not ours. And the fact that it's also proof that y'all are here hindering us. Just like I said, if we are fighting for anything that y'all don't deem necessary or is not progressive to y'all hinder it. And it's so asinine that y'all continuously do this out in public and continuously deny it. If I migrate to Jamaica and I become a citizen of Jamaica and Jamaicans start to fight for something that I don't agree with or it doesn't benefit me or something like that, it'll be asinine for me to actively fight against it. I would just be quiet because it's not my fucking business. But this is what we be talking about with y'all tethers. Y'all need to worry about yourselves. Haitian business is your business, Mr. Rowland. Haitian business. But the fact that y'all are doing this to the people who opened their land up and open our identity up to y'all, when y'all go and y'all check those boxes, y'all get to check African American, y'all get to get our benefits, the things that we fought and died for, y'all get to have these benefits from. The fact that we continuously have to go through this with y'all is asinine and diabolical. And just like I said, when it comes to us, our lineage, our heritage, and the things that we fight for, it's not white people that are hindering us. So I hope y'all get to see it. As y'all seen Uncle Luke in his rant, just like I said, to get there and call Rizza Islam it's fucking crazy. Even after he said that he studies under Farrakhan. No, you don't. No, you don't. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all are having an identity crisis and y'all don't know y'all place. Black American business is not y'all place. Roland Martin, Haitian business is your place. Kai Cenat, Jamaican and Haitian business is your place. Y'all don't know how to mind y'all business. And that's why we at the place that we at, okay?
So see, I want this. I'm gonna play some more, but this what she's showing you. They all up in our culture because we open our doors, we open everything. We fought to allow a lot of people to come in, and now they done took over. Now what you do? What do you do? This is the delusion. Because at the beginning, we made them a part of us. We said, oh no, see, they part of us. See, they aboriginals too. See, Hades and all that belongs to America. But they coming over here, taking you down, standing against you, speaking for you, talking for you, politicking for you. And they walking away with the bag and you still at the bottom complaining. Let's go ahead. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's their mentality. People will say, well, they have a right to come over here and do this and do that. You know, they have a right. They're human just like we are. But look, okay, they're human just like we are, but they're getting more benefits than you who've been here all your life. So how is that fair?
But remember what she just say? If she was in Jamaica or Hades and they started to fight for something, what is it her business to say, no, don't fight? She would just keep her mouth shut. But see, they don't come here to do that. They come here to change you. Because why? That system was set up against you, not them.
Right.
So therefore, they came to learn your stuff, and they learn your stuff, and you looking at it, and you saying, hold on, that's the mark, that's the sign. That came from us. But they got it now. What you gonna do? They control it now. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Let's go.
Mind the culture. That is your business. All right.
Man, these kids in the house by themselves, man. Look at this.
Now this black dude got white baby.
I know, this baby was just crying and there ain't nobody in this house.
Oh, look like an Asian baby.
I don't know what's going on, man. This is sad. Nobody in there. They just this house is wide open with these two little kids wandering around.
Yeah, the house looks trash.
It looked like somebody was moving out and they just left their kids. This is crazy. He just came. I just reached for it. He just came.
615-6300.
Anybody know who these children are?
Thank you.
You know where their parents are? Well, we called them the police, so if you know who these children are, y'all need to get here ASAP.
He's home. Come here. Hi, Papa.
Here are 4 reasons why you need to.
Hey, anybody know this house? Anybody familiar with this house right here? Anybody familiar with this house? This is the house the little kids are at. No parents, no one. If they are in there, there's no response. And I'm not going in that house. But I went and grabbed that little kid out the garage because he was yelling and screaming. This is crazy. It's looked like they was moving out and stuff all over the place. The little baby was right there in that thing right there. I just went and grabbed him. He was make sure nothing was wrong with him. The baby was laying in that yelling, and I can hear him all the way from my house, like across the alley, about 2 or 3 houses down, screaming, just screaming. So I pick him up.
I looked at her policy when she was Attorney General. What makes you think she's gonna be any different from that to now? When nigga, her whole policy was locking up black men. And she married to a white man. Her children aren't fully black. So how can you understand the plight of a black woman when your mother's not black? How can you have love for us and you wasn't raised with us? The only reason she knows us is because she studied us from an Indian perspective. That's how she learned about our civil rights.
You say she studied us. See, let's go.
And she went on to later to go to Howard University to engage in black behavior, but she went there because she was a minority that could get into this college with the Indian heritage. Y'all think Obama was black because they gave y'all a skin color. Just like this Indian woman whose daddy's Jamaican, who daddy left them when she was a baby. She's Indian. So your mind said, I think, therefore I am. So whatever you think, that's what you are. Obama never claimed black.
What? Yeah, I don't. You know better not to say nothing. What? All of y'all. Anybody else? Anybody else? Y'all think we time pickers and monkeys too? You think that's cool? You think that shit cool? You think that shit cool? Fuck. What? What? No, she texting in the group chat talking about cotton pickers and monkeys. I don't give a fuck who you is, Casey. What? Why the fuck is you talking about cotton pickers and monkeys? Bitch, you're white. What is you talking about? Exactly.
Give us the vote! 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 Give us the vote!
We're trying to gain something for people who's not even part of
bring
you.
the bills up now. These are their bills. They have their names on the bills. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Now, listen, they gonna see this and they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills, then they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government.
Talking about the reparation bill.
They
They had the vote, but the so-called Negroes in California Congress killed the bill.
And this is going to have a direct impact
Not the white
on
folks,
your friends,
but the Negroes
Kamala Harris, who's running for president.
killed the
This
bill,
is going to have a direct impact.
whereas that they didn't get nothing.
Pull up the bills now, vote on them, and sign them.
We have
We've been waiting for over 400 years.
My plan is to create a city that people.
And you think this is a joke, family? This is what I keep trying to tell you, that we keep putting ourselves in positions underneath everybody else. That's the delusion. We got about like another minute for this. Let's go.
Thank you. Where are these black people at? Y'all are the black people I've been looking for. Malcolm X told y'all about these liberals. The Democrats don't give a damn about you, fool.
Many of y'all Negroes functioning in your freedom, leaving the plantation, they're losing control of the narrative. When they lose control of the narrative, that impacts them because it impacts their pockets. Because their job is to run past interference for the Democrat Party. And if the numbers bear out to be true, that is bad news for Democrats. And that means the people that they're paying to be on the forefront, the aristocracy, the pundits, the professors, the preachers, the politicians, and the performers, that means that they are slipping on their jobs. So now they got to go into overtime. And they go into overtime and they pull little stunts like this. But what they don't tell you is that they are cowards at the core. They do this because you dared to speak the truth. You're one of the ones that got away, or you're one that is always functioning in your freedom. You dared to expose the unfruitful deeds of darkness. You dared to function in your freedom, something that they are too cowardly to do. And so because of that, they have feelings of resentment towards you. They can't have you functioning in your freedom. You have to be beholden to the Democrat Party if it is the last thing you do. Voluntarily signing up for your own demise. Also that he can get rich and sit in his ivory tower. These closet gay men hate strong men because they expose their inadequacy. It's dangerous to homosexuals, be they open or closeted. Remember the response of the men of Sodom and Gomorrah towards Lot. They resented him for not partaking in their evil deeds. But this is what they do. When they see Americans, particularly Black Americans, functioning in their freedom, people like Rolanda can't stand to see that. They despise it because they don't have the courage to do it themselves. They wish they could stand on business. Take those shackles off because they hurt. Then your wrists are chafed, your ankles ashy, and they itchy from the shackles on. But they can't because they're paid to keep the free-thinking Negroes in check. They got to do this. But yet the things that you support, abortion up to the 9th month, You don't even have the ability or the concern to protect our children, the most vulnerable amongst us. You want Black people to turn a blind eye to the invasion of their communities by people who have not earned the right to be here lawfully, sucking up their resources, and you just want us to be charitable and act like that's okay. But the only reason why you do that is because you are a shill for the Democrat Party, and they pay you well to stay on code, to promote this destructive, calamitous culture of failure, which has us at the bottom. And we are done tolerating the likes of you. We're done. It takes a lot of courage and fortitude and tenacity to stand up against these wicked people, because they will try to destroy your name, want to associate you with bigotry and white supremacy, like that's supposed to make us scared and be quiet. But the last thing we're going to do is sell out our own people for 30 pieces of silver. Being a Christian means that, yes, we love our enemies, but it does not mean that we bow down to our enemies. We speak the truth to our enemies. And sometimes the truth can be like, you are wicked. You're wicked. What you represent is wicked. Everybody you roll with is wicked. You need to be called out. It doesn't make you a punk. We stand clothed in the righteousness of Christ, not in our own strength, but being weak, lacking courage and fortitude, that is not who we are. So I don't know, maybe you used to dealing with these old school conservatives who were afraid. It's some new people on the block. It's a new day. And we are making change.
Guys, listen, we have sat around long enough and voted on people just because of their race. I remember when Obama was going into office, I did not care what he talked about. I did not care what policies he had. All I knew was Obama was Black. And that's why I voted for him. But this year, guys, don't get mad at us because we see something completely different. This year, we're not looking at race. This year, we're looking at policy. What can you do? And one thing I can say about Trump was, when Trump was in office, I remember the economy.
And we're going to stop it right here, family. We're going to pick it back up on next week. Any last words? Any last words? Anybody in the chat got last words? I could put a link in the chat if you want to come up and you do the last words. I got the link in the chat. Link is in the chat if anybody wants to come up with the last words. What you got to say, sis? Oh, you ain't got nothing? Don't worry about it if you ain't got nothing. So, family, we have to get to the point where is that we see what's really taking place, and we have to stop blaming everybody else, but we have to start blaming ourselves. Okay, we have to start blaming ourselves, because if we stop blaming ourselves, family, then ain't nothing we can do.
Hello. It took me a long time to make this call.
Nothing gonna happen for us, family. So we have to get to that point where is that we have to get to the point where is that the Creator, where is that we return back to the Creator, bless the Creator, and do everything that we can.
They can control Charles Barkley.
So that we can gain our culture back.
James.
All right.
They can control.
So family.
Beyonce. But they can't control.
May the Creator. Hold on. We got two comments. What other comments we have?
If you didn't know, then now you know that it's up.
Brother Shava said another hour.
Remember I used to smoke till I was stuck. I told my baby I'm giving it up. Dog told me that so and so drop. Shit, I don't give a fuck. They killing people with all the words that they
Another
speak
eye
on the nigga.
opener.
You know
It
that it's
shows
up.
that
Talking about drugs and killing my
giving
brothers.
up
That shit get
our
no play
place
in no whip, man.
to be in their world.
You know my niggas be making the shit. Talking about drugs and killing my brothers. That shit get no play in no whip. We on a new vibe, on a new high, and that 5D is shit.
So Brother Shava said, yeah. And Brother J-Mos say everything you are saying It's so true. Well, praise the family. I hope everybody gains something from it tonight. So until next Shabbat. Hey, remember Monday coming up is Feast of Trumpets. Feast of Trumpets is coming up on Monday. Comes in on Monday, and then we'll have 10 days from that, which is Atonement. Wednesday we also be on Clubhouse for Bible study, and Sister Yakan and Sister Latoya is doing very good. I mean, they doing very good, family. They doing very good. I advise y'all, whoever get the Clubhouse and come into Indigenous Talk for the Righteous. You'll see my logo. Come into the come into the class and come learn. These two sisters are doing very good, right? So until then, family, shalom, shalom. Peace.
Talking about drugs and killing my brothers. That shit get no play in no whip, man. Cut that low vibe shit up. You know my niggas, we making the shift. Talking about drugs and killing my brothers. That shit get no play in no whip. We on a new vibe, on a new high, and that 5D is a shift. If you want love in your life, then you gotta be it. Gotta love yourself, you gotta see it. Gotta eat it, gotta breathe it, gotta speak it, then repeat it. That's when life begin to shift. All of that low energy get dismissed. All of that kill, and that drill type of music, no play in the whip. If you didn't know then, now you know that it's up, hey. Remember I used to smoke till I was stuck? I told my baby I'm giving it up. Dog told me that so-and-so drop. Shit, I don't give a fuck. They killing people with all the words that they speaking, my nigga, you know that it's up. Talking about drugs and killing my brothers, that shit get no play in no whip, man. Cut that low vibe shit up. You know my niggas, we making the shift. Talking about drugs and killing my brothers, that shit get no play in no whip. We on a new vibe, on a new high, and that 5D is a shift.
I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God.
People of America, it's the all-new Sonic Smash.
I was born to get it, start to the finish. I punch in the clock, manifesting the millions. I break through the ceilings. My ancestors told me I don't got no limits. Gotta think bigger. My ancestors told me I don't got no limits.